Yeah, we've all
I love this
survived, huh?
game.
Did we all survive?
Well,
No.
I did not get a good ending survival.
All right. So apparently there was. Go on.
Yeah,
I actually did survive my first run, but it took like 85 days.
I think I did.
yeah, I wanted to ask about that because there's a lot of variance in here that was like unfolding over time, and I think that our extension of this talk kind of helped with that because like I'd get to a certain point and then I'd be like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna try to keep playing and see how much further I can get. And like I would go a little bit further and get to like past this one part that ended my game, and then I don't know, it seemed like look, there's 8 different endings.
Yeah, I think 7 or 8.
Correct. 8
Yeah.
endings, correct.
8.
I
Pretty
got
damn
2
ambitious.
and 5. Right.
So there's the radio
cute.
ending, the SOS.
Uh-huh.
Did anyone get
Yeah,
that
you
one?
can just
I-
spam the
No.
radio.
All
I
of
had
them,
no
yeah.
idea.
I didn't get that one.
Yeah,
I
looked
used the
at
radio
the-
like 3 times, and I was like, okay, it might do something if I keep using it, but I gave up before it did, I guess.
So that one's weird because like it also seems like it's built on a random timer internally. I had like attempts to get other endings where I would open the radio for fun on day 2, and like it already told me the search was called off, and I was like, oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
You're
it
supposed to
only
do that,
takes
but okay.
2 days to call off the search. Like,
No, but
there's
the thing is, no, I've also had it like still be searching on day 5. It was fucking weird. There's like a whole random timer behind that.
Because I did look up some guide stuff afterwards just to see. Because did anyone find a use for the broom?
No,
Like, did anyone
There was
is-
a broom.
no, there-
I found a
like-
baseball bat.
I
like,
did too.
Yeah, I wanted
yeah.
to talk about these worthless items because I'm looking at a game facts guide right now, and there's a whole section of like 10 items that are just called useless.
Yes, they're all
It's
worthless.
great.
Hold on,
Interesting.
let me post this in chat. Let me get my Excel spreadsheet out that I had going.
Because the one guide I used was like a GeoCities guide, and I think it like cut off in like at the end of the game or some point in the game. So I was like, oh, I think I didn't even finish this.
Yeah, I was going blind while I was playing, so then like I made a baseball bat, and I'm like, oh shit, so
This
I have to
is-
like get a rock
Right.
now, and then I'm gonna hit the thing, and then
This is why it took me like 85 days, which I was just fucking around with crafting.
yeah,
What
I'm
do you
like,
do with
there
the-
goes my big stick. I made a big fan with it.
Oh, a big fan. I was wondering what the big leaf made. The only thing I did with it was fix the cabin when it broke.
So the thing
Yeah,
with the big
that
leaf
was
is that
it.
you can throw it in storage and it'll turn into a dried leaf. And you could burn that dried leaf below a beehive and it would knock the beehive down and give you honey. Which is like
What's
Oh,
a honey
that's what it
do?
is.
only health recovery item in
What?
the game.
I saw a post early on about like if you burn grass under a tree, you'll get honey. But I was like, okay, let me burn some of this grass, and I kept doing the wrong one, and then the bees kept stinging me, and I died like 5 times. And I was like, this game is broken. It's
Yeah.
not working.
This game is very obtuse. I like on that 85-day run, like 15 days were just me wandering around after the first raft attempt. Because
Yeah,
I was
it's kind
just
of
stuck
insane.
on how to get back because I didn't drain the swamp.
Like you instantly get introduced to every mechanic you could think of. It's like, okay, you just walk up to stuff and you use it, and that identifies it. There's different types of items, and go nuts.
Yeah,
Try to
for
survive.
something so open, there's very little like context for anything that you're like doing or getting. It's kind of crazy.
It forces you to just say, "What's this?" and experiment with everything.
Right. I
Which,
didn't know
for the
what I was
time, is
doing.
it reminds me of like Atari Indiana Jones games almost, where it's like, here's your bundle of items, just find out how to use them.
This feels like the old DOS era of adventure point and click games. Where, like,
Yeah, but
there's a
it's
specific
so
position
refined.
you need to know what the person wanted. Like, oh,
Figure it out.
shoot the rock on the ledge, and it'll come down and open a path after the big earthquake happens.
Use
Like,
the
That
gum on
took
the
me
fishing
10
rod.
days. I had no idea what you were supposed to do. Like the camera panned on the rock, and I was just like, "How do I get up there?" So I kept walking around, thinking that was like a back way to get up there. And then I
I
was
thought-
like, "Oh,
I thought I
just
just didn't
shoot the
remember that the
arrow."
rock was just there, and I was like, oh, okay, well, where's this hidden path that takes me back to the other side?
Yeah, there was a lot of Link's Awakening vibe. Firefly said in the chat. Even the intro cutscene, or not even the intro cutscene, but the one when you're on the first raft, it kind of has very Link's Awakening.
I mean,
But the
even the
graphics were
layout,
crazy.
you wake up on the beach. Like obviously you wash up on the shore, but like the north part of the map is the mountain, and like
Mhm.
just even got the layout of Zelda.
It had really good cutscene art. I like give
Yeah,
that
it
a
was
lot of
incredible.
credit.
That's
There was a
true.
The
lot of that
intros.
too.
It
I
was
wanted to talk
giving.
about the designers of this game actually, because it was just three guys who worked on the design and the graphics, and they're all Konami superstars who worked on a bunch of shit.
Oh shit,
One of
really?
them, this was his last game ever, and I guess he went on to just say "fuck video games" after this. I made my magnum.
He's surviving
Let
on
me.
his own.
Where is he on? I have a tab with him open.
Making
I also
worthless
want to add that
websites.
this game only takes up 1/4 of its ROM, or 1/3 of its entire ROM space. This game's padded to hell.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just
There's so
got
much
like the
space they
basic
still had to
assets.
do more shit with it, and they just didn't.
I put myself in my shoes as like a kid too. Like if I got that SOS ending or like one of those early endings that you can finish like within 20 minutes of the game, I don't know how I would feel. I don't know if I would be like wise enough to go back or just be
Yeah, I
like,
was thinking
I'm
about
done.
that.
I mean, to be fair, the game does say you're far away from the true ending, and
Yeah,
shows
it
you the
gives you that
puzzle with
little
the
bit of
endings
hint.
things.
It
So,
does,
it
but like, would I want to go back after that as a kid? Like, it's
Yeah, I
weird
don't
because
know.
it's so cryptic to a degree. Like, because Shadowgate, when I was a kid, I played it on Game Boy Color. That shit was so fucking frustrating. I feel like this too would have been kind of in a
I
similar way where I just kind of be like, I got two random endings. I'm satisfied.
I was getting kind of frustrated because of how you get the other kid partway through the game.
Yeah, Ken.
And she just
Or Mary.
all they say is my body feels sluggish, and I'm like, well, why the fuck am I getting the bad ending then? What
Gotta go for
thing
the
do I
ending where
do
you
to heal
abandon
you?
them. Stick with your monkey. That's
Apparently,
it.
Rad. Did anyone name their monkey? I named it Rad.
I named it
I left
Fat
it as
Pig.
Bub just because I liked
I
Bub.
picked the default name.
Bub.
I
Bub's
named
a good name.
Fat Pig. FTPG.
But apparently you can kill the second surviving kid if you don't feed them, kind of
Oh shit.
like
It's
Sid style from FF6.
That's
So
what
there's
happened to me. I didn't know that you needed to regularly feed him. So when
that's
I beat the game and he died, I cried. I fucking
that's what
screamed
happened on
in
my
his house.
85-day ending. That's why I was confused about how to heal him. 'Cause I was like, what the
I
fuck
guess
am
I
I
got
supposed to do?
lucky. I fed him oysters and he lived, like raw
Well, the
oysters.
thing is, it's also timing based, I guess. After you meet them, you have 15 days after you meet them to get off the island and
That seems
not
like a
have them
lot.
die.
I think I
It,
finished in 46 days.
yeah, it's not that
It
bad
was
if you know what to
63
do.
for
It
me.
You can
doesn't take that
definitely
long.
rush if you know your paths. Yeah.
It
My
took
later
me
rush only took
30.
20 days.
It took me I think it was 26 days to make the raft. And then when I got on the raft, I died because I didn't know that I needed to bring food with me or water.
That
That
too,
happened to
yeah.
me. But, like I filled up my flask, but then I had 3 pieces of uncooked meat, and I guess that wasn't good enough because you can't make a fire on the raft. I guess.
Yeah, you
I was
actually
like,
Right.
have to
I'm just
preserve
starving.
them. You actually only need to cook the meat, and also there's a health requirement to it too. I did
It was
research
on.
afterward.
It was on
The
day
first thing I
019
thought,
though, so I'm happy.
Okay.
I
019.
thought she was gonna eat the monkey, honestly. I was like, is she gonna eat the monkey? Like, is the game gonna get super dark?
Did you survive Firefly when all you took was honey?
Yeah, if I had
Because
just
I
had
didn't
honey,
know any of
I know
this
I'd be
stuff.
happy.
Okay, all right. Because
You need
the only time I used the guide was near the very, very end with one of those puzzles with the key or whatever. Because I was like, I don't want to go through 5 different rooms. I have no stamina left. I'm fucking dying. Let me just finish this real quick.
Something I was wondering about is if you don't grab that gem from the first island, are you just screwed for the is there a full gem ending? Like what's
Oh
I
yeah.
don't remember.
You
I
can
pocketed it.
you can backtrack to there.
Yeah, you can
after
go back
the
and
second
forth
half.
Oh, okay.
between,
That's
which
what I was
again
confused
is
with
kind
the
of
rock
weird.
thing.
Oh, so that gem is just an early gem for the ship. I'm
Yeah,
hearing
you can
that.
just pick it up and then put it in the hut for later when you run by. Say you find the circle gem on the mountain and it falls and the fish is there. If you
I
were
found the
savvy enough, you
skeleton.
could store the fishing rod and the other gem in your hut and then go grab it. Yeah, the skeleton.
Yeah, I
I
took a
did find the
screenshot too.
skelly.
Yeah, I did. That was
Helped me
cute.
make a trap on the last
Did
day before
anyone
the
use
raft.
traps or filters?
I
I
used it
used
once, but I don't know. It didn't seem that convenient because you still had to walk pretty far to get to the trap.
I set up one near the hut when I was still playing this game like it was Valheim and not like it was a timed V end game. So I was
It,
actually trying to store up a pile of preserved meat.
if you didn't need a rope every time, I would probably use it more. But having to get one
Well,
each time is not enough.
Yeah, that was the convenience, was that the rope was just north of the hut next to the cave entrance. I would just go up there, grab it, go down, set it up, pick any honey out, go back in hut.
Dude, the intro cutscene where it starts off on a cruise ship, the father gives you a knife. I'm like, this is a survival game.
Yeah.
we're,
Yeah.
we're,
He's like,
we're
here's
on
your
a boat.
Right.
Where's
Here's
the
a
puzzles?
10-year-old.
More
Give them a
kids coming.
knife.
I
And
want
then
to
you
be
got to
known.
kill the other kid.
I want to be
Eat
known.
'em.
I held on to those wet matches on my first
Oh, me
playthrough for all
too.
85 days, expecting that they would be in some cryptic
Oh yeah, did
crafting
anyone
thing.
find anything to do something with them, like dry
No,
grass with them to dry
no,
them?
they're
Or
just useless. They're just
I
there for
kind
you
of
to
like
throw
that.
out.
Bastards.
The developers are like, you know what? Your matches would be soaked and useless. Get rid of them. You're not going to
Right?
do anything.
There is
The
a lot of
developers,
that though. There's like developer kind of like language that they have in the game, like all
Yeah.
those useless items where it's like
yeah,
there
everything you
is a
find is not
baseball bat.
useful.
There is a
Again,
baseball
being
bat, but
made
you
by
never use
3
it.
people is like they really got to focus their vision and be like, this is what we're going to do. And, like, we want this specific flavor in this specific mood. And
I will say some
it
of
was
those
very
useless
focused.
items, like I think possibly the fan or the costume or the mask or the necklace, the useless one, you can give the other kid and it will raise your relationship value with them.
Oh, that's great. I was wondering if that was a thing.
Oh,
That
the
is a
umbrella
thing.
leaf too.
I love that leaf. That
I
was
didn't
great.
use it
Yeah.
much. I
So
didn't
cute.
find rain was that much of a problem.
Yeah,
I
did it
like
I was
actually
used
gonna
it
benefit
at
say, what
you?
did
first.
Rain do? I used my umbrella at the end game.
It probably
I
wastes
like
your
to use it just 'cause it's
stamina, the
cute.
It was
rain.
cute.
It saves your
Yeah.
stamina a bit by because rain will drain it faster. There
That
were
makes sense.
later runs where I was very inventory management focused. I just had to bring it on as I had no meat or anything for getting stamina. And I had bad luck with finding animal spawns to make cooked meat with.
I got lucky, but it took me like I think 15 days to find a bird for a feather to make the arrows.
Oh wow.
I
I
was
got
Oh
lucky on
yeah,
at
like the first day, I think.
Yeah, that
I
was like one of
burned.
the first things
mm,
I made was the bow and
There's
arrow just through
there's a
happenstance.
there's a freebie
I
feather at the
didn't know
start, but
how
you can
to.
waste it.
I was wondering how much of the itemization might have been random. I know the animals are
Oh
random,
my
but it
god.
seems like everything else is set.
Did anyone fight
Uh,
a jaguar? I found one early on and it kicked my.
Yeah,
It did
I
like
saw
I
one.
35
couldn't
damage a
fight
hit.
it.
That
yeah,
thing
it beat
kicked
my
my
I
ass
couldn't
the
ass.
fight
first
it.
That
time.
was one of my only deaths, yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of animals in the
Mm-mm.
game. There's a lot that spawn in very weird happenstance. Like there was a mole that spawns on the mountain path
Yeah.
that only shows up at night, I guess, and I only saw it like once in 8 playthroughs.
Yeah, the variance is
Oh
really
my
fun to
god,
mess up.
I
Oh,
Firefly.
it's
wasn't
scary.
there. I had spawned
Firefly,
like at the
no.
river.
The
Firefly,
stun into the
no.
ambush.
Yeah, I didn't get ambushed too much. You would wake up in the middle of the night, but then nothing would actually come out. But I
Yeah,
guess that
that's
makes your
Oh
tired not
no.
yeah.
replenish.
It doesn't replenish your stamina as much when
But
you
then you
do
just go
that.
to sleep again. It was interesting how you could kind of just like abuse some of the mechanics if you didn't like worry.
What
I
was the
mean,
point of resting versus sleeping? Did
I
anyone
still
rest?
don't know.
I
rest is
used
a slight
rest.
recovery for less time spent.
So
Okay.
I use rest as a way to avoid the I hear noises when I'm going to sleep at night. So I would rest and then go to sleep, and for some strange reason, I never had that problem again.
You could put the
I
fire in front of that too when you're sleeping in the tree. If you set
Oh
a fire
yeah.
out, they don't come
Yeah, I
around.
would always just do the fire real quick.
my
When it
ultimate solution was
rains
just
though, you can't.
Yeah.
to make my character never sleep and just keep chain hunting things and cooking meat because it just recovered 20 fatigue every time. So I was like, fuck it, we're never sleeping again.
Yeah, weather was really the biggest enemy in the game, I think, and it even extended to IRL with this game because it delayed
Right?
our discussion on Saturday. So I think that's kind of fitting. Yeah, the day I died going onto the raft was because it was raining. So I'm like, okay, I can't cook my meat now, but what's the worst that could happen? And then
That was a nice
game over.
curveball.
Yeah.
So, a quick question here: who actually got like all 8 endings?
I
No.
got two.
I just looked him up.
Oh, so it was only me. Okay, I got all 8 endings. I unlocked round 2. It's actually a
Oh,
fucking scam.
I hear you get a hat.
You get you have to kill like a deer or like something to get a deer cloak, and all it
Some
does is change your
savage
walking
shit.
sprites. It changes nothing else, just your
It's like
walking
the
and
Resident
standing
Evil
sprite.
bonus when you beat the game. You just get the
Yeah, but
outfit.
it doesn't even apply to all your animations though. So like if you swing your knife, it doesn't apply. If you fish, it doesn't apply. It doesn't like give you rain protection like a leaf. It's fucking useless. I've been scammed. It was scammed. It still takes an inventory slot, by the way. So
forcing you to like figure out the uses for things was one of my favorite things about the game. I think like just that sense of what is this? How can I use this? And the pacing was just good enough where like it never felt like if you died experimenting, it would take forever to get back to anything. You just save and it's like a minute per day or something. I don't know. It was super fast, whatever it was.
Right.
Yeah, it respected your time in the sense that like you could do a lot really quickly.
If you know what you're doing, it's like there's nothing really in your way.
Yeah, it
It
definitely
was
had
really
that.
cool.
What part?
Oh, the way that the game played out. I do feel like if you didn't get enough rest and if you didn't have like if you didn't eat one thing and have food on you, it kind of hindered your progression a lot. Because there was times where I spent 2 days just to like get back to full health, if that makes sense.
It takes a while to get. If you get it
Yeah,
low,
so
it could take a little bit of work.
yeah, 'cause
Yeah, I
you need to
really like that. You like really need to rebound if you neglect yourself.
Yeah, I
with
was in
time,
rough
it's
shape
really
near the
hard.
end because I really didn't cook the whole game. I didn't like. I was just eating
Figures.
fruit and stuff. But near the end,
I hella cooked.
yeah, right.
I was an
Why
omnivore.
cooking's cheating? So I mean,
And I was a
I was
carnivore.
wondering if one
You're
of the
right.
gases or one of the grasses might have cured poison. I didn't try
I think
it
it
though.
just
It
created
does, yes.
poison.
No, it does. It's
It does.
if you eat it and it says
Oh.
it's bitter, it's the antidote grass.
Okay.
Oh, neat.
There's 2 sets of item randomization presets. So like you gotta get A or B.
I was wondering if there's anything like that.
I think it applies to grass, fruit, and I think mushrooms.
One
I
thing I
did
would have
eat a
liked a
shit
little
ton of
bit more.
shrooms.
Yeah, they kind of would mess you up. But one thing I really wanted to see a bit more of, but at the same time, it would kind of kill the pacing, is like that last end dungeon felt like very Zelda-esque. And if there was like a little bit more like that, maybe like caves where you kind of figured stuff out. It kind of like they had this big finale, which was nice. But there was like, no, they didn't quite hit the mark with kind of like
I
finding
wonder
cool
if they were
stuff
like
like that.
trepidatious of doing it and being like, okay, if we do too much dungeon, we're gonna be too much like Zelda. We want to stick out. Or if there was any reasoning like that.
That's
or,
fair. It also was
That's-
3 guys. Maybe they
Yeah,
wasted all their
they-
crystals on that final one because
Or
I
they
was
have like
impressed
3
by the
months to
final
design
one.
it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. Because again, like round 2 is hyped up in game after you get all 8 endings. It's like, oh, now try round 2. It's even harder, and there's like no changes whatsoever.
they
And like,
probably
okay,
just forgot.
I think they ran out of time or like just gave up on it.
Is
It
there a
wasn't a space
sequel?
issue. There's a sequel. There actually like there's
There's
several
a lot,
sequels. The
yeah.
whole Lost in Blue series is
Yeah, I
also
played
Survival
Lost in
Kids.
Blue a
Oh,
lot.
okay. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that was related. Cool.
Lost in Blue.
Yeah, it's like a spiritual like successor because Konami apparently has a thing for survival games, and the fact
Yeah,
that
and
Switch
these
2
were
is
Konami
having
All
one.
Stars.
Oh, I
This-
remember seeing this.
What did
There was
the
a
other
sequel.
dudes make in like what did
I
the
want to
Konami
read off
guys make?
some of the sound credits for the guy that
Oh,
made
because the music was actually
soundtrack.
fun.
Yeah,
was
this
simple,
guy
but
is
pretty fun.
fire. This was his last game he worked, the sound guy. Some of the things he did was Double Dribble, Life Force,
Life
Metal
Force.
Gear.
Nice.
I
Metal
don't know if you
Gear.
heard of that. Bio Billy,
What's
Jackal,
Metal Gear?
Classic.
Twinbee, Bucky O'Hare.
Oh,
You
there
might
you
have
go.
heard of
Shit,
that.
Bucky O'Hare.
Contra,
My goat.
Contra 3,
Some
TMNT Tournament
bangers.
Fighters.
That's
Yeah, I
bangers.
can see why he cooked already. He was already
Yeah,
gone.
Castlevania Bloodlines, Snatcher. This guy had the sauce.
Yeah,
No
he
Russian
cooked.
attack?
He was done already.
I don't see any Russian attack for this guy.
That was Konami, right? Russian attack. I think it
I
was.
want to say it was. It had to be.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I still think it's interesting the timing too that they actually are doing a second one or for the Switch 2, not a second one, but
Yeah,
another
one, yeah.
that had to be why they included it on the original on this package, right?
yeah,
And
To
definitely.
get people talking about it.
And the damn thing is, it works. And I want to buy a Switch 2 just for that game.
Brother, that should not be the reason.
I know it sucks, but yeah,
It
like I'm like,
looks
damn, it's the
so-
only game I'm curious about because I want to see if it actually does maintain some of the dark aspects of the original
I
games
don't
or
think
not.
anyone that made the sauce is there anymore. I
don't
think
think
that
so
soul
either.
is gone.
That's why I'm not.
I
That's
think
why I've not answered JJ's very gracious thing of like, I have a spare pre-order. I'm like, I don't know if I
this
nailed
game
myself.
looks
anyone
like
needs
some
it.
driftwood that washed up.
Yeah, man,
Lost in
but-
Blue definitely did retain the spirit of the
Yeah.
of these original games, which I thought
I
was
wonder if
cool.
any of the OG guys transferred and started work on that from here. I don't think I saw any mention of it.
It's possible. I just remember Lost in Blue being just as like weird and obtuse and kind of hard. I think I didn't get far, but
I never gave these games a lot of a shot because like Lost in Blue I was curious about, but I saw like middling reviews, so I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, I won't
It
go
was just like
download
as a
it.
kid, I thought the idea of like having to survive and having a time limit was like, okay, I can't do that. But is there actually a time limit in survival kids? Like, do you
There,
die if you get to X day?
there is two of
they're
the
a bad
enemies
ending,
are.
right?
They're not necessarily bad. They're not good. They're okay. A 100 days is the time limit, as is standard for any VN sim back in that day. So if you stay 100 days by yourself, you get an ending where you're just chilling with the monkey by yourself. Like, yeah, life's pretty good. It's
Just
okay.
me and Rad just hanging
Yeah,
out.
and then if you
Yeah, what's
find
the
the other,
rush? Don't have
if you
anywhere to
find the
go.
other kid, then like you get the same ending, but it's like with the other kid too.
It's a little
So this
third
is like
wheel.
Last Defense Academy with 8 endings and 100 days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of them was very obscure. I was really mad getting that ending. It was the get off the ship, get off with the ship by yourself ending.
Oh,
It was annoying
okay.
because I didn't realize what decision I made actually made the gem show up in the desert versus the locket you have to give to the girl or boy character
Oh,
to
I got the
get the
locket,
gem.
but I never did anything with it.
So there is a
But I got the
survival
good
kids
ending with
kid.
I left on the pirate ship with both of them.
Oh, you probably had given her the locket then, because that's how you get the gem, I think. Or no, I think it's just from rescuing her. That's right. No, it's just from rescuing
Yeah,
her.
when you rescue them, they have the desert gem.
The locket's just for building relationship. You're
Oh,
right.
okay.
But yeah, that
Because
locket
that
in
was
the
another
desert
thing
gets
I had.
replaced
Okay,
with
that makes
it gets
sense.
replaced with the gem if you have to take the monkey with you when you take the raft. That's the deciding thing for making that spawn or not.
Interesting. I always took him. I was like gonna leave homie behind.
Yeah.
Imagine leaving him behind. He was so sad.
For science, I left it behind, but I wasn't happy about it.
Yeah, you got it. It's like getting the genocide route in Undertale.
Yeah, I was like, all
I
right,
wasn't
I guess see
ever
what I
able to
get.
do that, so.
But I read if you don't take the monkey with you, he shows up when you crash, and that
Oh shit!
tells you that you're on the same island quicker.
Gets his revenge and eats your
Yeah,
corpse.
he gives you a weird berry for it. Or no, he gives you the weird berry when you're leaving.
Oh,
And
did
that's
anyone
like,
Oh yeah,
play the
yeah.
mini games?
I did.
The tree, like I didn't find the fishing one, but
There's mini games.
The fishing one is weird. You had to like go north of where the monkey was and like inspect the water, like near where the big rock is.
yeah, I
Yeah,
And then
did
you
that.
just
I couldn't
inspected,
trigger it for
but
some
then you have to like
reason.
use the big rock right there, and then it will
Hmm.
like he'll use the rock, and then you do it a second time, and that's when you get the mini game.
Interesting.
The
I
first
like
time
the
it just gives
tree
you an
one.
automated thing. The
The
tree thing was
Donkey Kong
fun.
one was actually it was challenge. There was like just enough challenge where because those leaves were fucking annoying. You couldn't really gauge where they'd go at
Yeah,
first.
those leaves are ass. I hate those leaves.
But what you
Fuck those leaves.
do, what you get? Like I got the berry, right? It's the big
It's just
berry.
a
Like
big
what does
berry.
that do? It doesn't do anything.
It does stuff. It's just a useful healing item, I think. It might be one of the items
Gotcha.
that does heal your health.
Okay.
So that one that you're given heals your hunger and thirst and fatigue all the way. So maybe it's something like that again.
I think so, yeah.
Tri-berry. But
Crimea
again,
berry.
filtering. Did anyone have to use filtering, or like I don't even remember seeing opportunities to filter. Like
I
I was
just got
just
water from there from time to time.
Filtering?
yeah. You didn't
Yeah,
go.
with the rocks.
There's a cave, and then if you inspect the like water in the rocks, they talk about filtering. And I'm
Is
like,
that
I missed
there
this
was one
apparently.
spot near the mountains where there's like muddy water next to clean water. Is that like if you
that
take
might
the
be
muddy water in your
filtering.
flask, you have to filter it or something? Or like
Maybe
Oh,
put rocks down to fill. Because the idea was like you see like muddy water, yeah, at the top, and then there's the rocks in the middle, and then clean water. But
yeah, I
I
think they
never
just wanted
used
to
it.
add like extra immersive options just to make it like, hey, this is a thing you can do on this island. You don't have to do it, but you can.
maybe they had bigger hopes for the mountain climbing section.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even know that was a thing. I saw that pond, but like I just when I inspected, and all I got was the water option. I guess I didn't inspect the rocks. So
Yeah.
like, I never did it. You didn't have to do it.
Sorry. Did y'all play the egg mini game?
I did that one. It
I
was fun.
Egg mini
I don't
game.
remember. I feel like I
I think
saw
I
the
saw that.
egg, but I don't remember if I interacted with it or not.
It's on the mountaintop. near where you find one of the other kids'
The
campfires at.
gems.
You just go to the
Oh
tree next
yeah,
to
yeah.
there.
Where the other campfire was.
Yeah, there's 2 campfires you got to interact with to like
Yeah,
make the
there's-
kid
I
pop
remember
up.
it being put out. I just don't remember where it was. I forgot. I'm sorry.
You're good.
You're good. It was one's by your hut, and then one's up at the mountaintop where you find the circle gem.
Okay.
Well, not there, but like west of there.
Yeah, overall, I think it was a pretty like neat little, like clearly experimental, like especially for its era. I
Yeah,
think it like
it
jams
had
a lot.
designs in mind. It like very specific game design ideas that they implemented without wasting player time and it made me appreciate bite-sized games like this, where they're just
Right?
like packed with a handful of ideas executed well enough to a point where it's satisfying.
Yeah, because we have to go back like 1999, especially for Game Boy
Yeah,
Color.
you always have to consider the year.
Like,
Yeah, it's just crazy
I
like how
can't.
much it feels like it has modern survival design conventions.
Well, that's what I was gonna get
Yeah.
at. How many survival games really were there before like
Yeah,
the
and like
2010s?
I've been playing Sons of the Forest or whatever with my friend, and it's like, oh yeah, that game is just it's the same stuff just bundled up in a different wrapper, and it's padded out way more. You have to walk way further between objectives, and you have to chop down trees for 5 hours instead of just gathering grass. But it's all
So
the same. The DNA is all there. It's all in survival
Yeah,
kits.
that's a good point as well. Like this game was quick. I
Yeah.
would like to actually speedrun this game a bit because like it was just so satisfying to menu and navigate.
oh, I
Whereas like
liked
modern
actually
style games take
menuing.
for fucking ever.
The menuing
Yeah, and
was
like
nice.
transferring your items between the shack and stuff. Oh boy, that felt good once you
Yeah.
started getting good at it.
Yeah, I will say combining 3 items it took me a minute to like quite understand that part. But
Oh, just because you have to cancel and then add another
yeah,
item.
there's a whole dialogue where she's like, or I picked the girl, so she's like, there isn't enough. And
Not
I was like,
quite there
wait, there's
yet
a
or
third
something.
part? Yeah,
Yeah, because the other
I
option there
figured
says
it
like
out.
confirm or add, and you just hit add and you get a third item. But also there's only one thing that uses it, and it's the arrow.
Which was cool to use. I got lucky with that. You have to shoot the
The
arrow to make
arrow
that
was
rock come
good.
down. Like
Yeah,
fucking
that
point
got
and
me
click
for
game.
a while.
How else are you gonna interact with this or even know to do that?
It looks like because you
Right.
could shoot other rocks and it goes right over it. Like this one was
Yeah.
specifically like on a 3D plane, like sticking up in a weird way. But
It makes me think back like the kids wouldn't have been like hopeless because they would have Nintendo Power back then to get these tips. But also, I'm wondering if like going around and poking every tile on the map was something that kids were into back then as well.
yeah,
Maybe it was
99.
like it added replay value. Like you could have a game to discover. Oh man, there's all these endings I can still get. What can I do? I have to do something different. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Maybe it
definitely
was
like
like a selling point.
it's right in that in between because like I mentioned with Shadowgate on Game Boy Color. So 98, 99, I was actually on Sega Sages, which was like predates Game FAQs, and that kind of helped like with a lot of these weird games. But I was moving at the time, so we didn't have our computer packed up, and I just remember like already being so used to FAQs, but I didn't have it for Shadowgate and just completely hitting every single option, every single tile, every single thing. And it was like
Yeah.
right around this time, 99, 2000, early stuff. So it's like, it's definitely like lends itself to that. Like it definitely kind of wants you to experiment with every single option and get like all your worth out of it.
Yeah, like Super Mario RPG, what was that, 97?
I
The
think
amount of times I
96.
combed that game just to find like the secret club and like all the secrets and everything in there.
Mhm.
It was like you just had all the time back then. I don't know.
I,
It's
I
hard
still
to
don't
judge it
even
with a modern mindset,
I still don't even know how I knew all the Zelda 2 and Dragon Warrior
right?
and Link to the Past stuff. Like I
It's like
genuinely
somehow the
have
knowledge
no
just comes to
idea.
you. And then everyone has the kid on their playground at lunch who's like, "Hey, let me tell you about some secrets. Let me tell you how to find Mew. Let me tell you about Missing No." And like
Yeah.
everyone just has game knowledge imparted on
How
them
the fuck do
somehow.
we all know about Missing No? How
Yeah,
the fuck
everyone
did that
just knew.
happen?
That
It
spread
came
It
like
to
was
Shiloh one day. He's like, "Hey,
wildfire.
guess
it was
what?"
the Nintendo Power for me.
Was it in Nintendo? I feel like Nintendo would
That
like
it must
ban
have showed up
that.
way later in Nintendo Power than when I actually heard about it, though. If it did show up in there.
That was like early
Yeah,
game FAQ shit.
I
The
saw it in one of
craziest.
the magazines, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I think it was when Melee, like it was when they did a run through or a guide for doing all of
Okay,
the
yeah, that's
challenges in
way late.
Melee.
Yeah, that's way late. I was doing this
This
like the
shit,
day the game came out, so
yeah.
I
I was
was
at I
like,
Oh
was at a
no!
baseball,
Yeah,
I
mine was
think
like
baseball
a
practice in
couple
like
months.
'97.
the craziest was when I found Professor Oak on the side of Cinnabar Island, and no one fucking believed me with that.
Yeah,
Like,
in Ocarina of Time, I found with my neighbors like this. The Triforce was like floating above this part of the Lost Woods or something, and like nobody
the
ever
lake.
believed me.
I
I don't
like
know
that
how to
ATI
tell
shit
anything else.
posting, but I could absolutely believe JJ's because I think that actually might be a thing you can do with that.
Oh no, it is. You fight Professor Oak as a trainer, and he has like
Yeah,
he
that
has
actually is a
Pokemon
thing.
that Ash had in the show. He has like a Tauros and a Genghis Khan and weird shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
the
I could
Oh
pixel
only
shit
get
is
shit!
him
I
to
so
show
never
up.
did that.
It's
Oh my
weird.
Yeah,
I
god!
don't know
there's all
how
kinds
or
of
why.
weird just memory errors in like old games like that,
y-
especially first gen Pokemon. It was just barely held together.
yeah, that game was honestly so was this game, but I wanted to find a good way to segue into it, so now's a good time. This game's
Yeah,
fucking broken. You
I
can
was
just
gonna say
pause and
that.
quick save on any trigger tile and just fucking reload, and then you just get the trigger. You can just
Oh, that's
fucking
funny.
spend a ton of first day like doing shit you're not supposed to do because it doesn't drain
Interesting.
your
Have you looked
water
up
and food.
skips and stuff with that?
I did look up the task
Really?
stuff too. Yeah, I saw the Japanese task is actually faster because for some reason the game starts on like the 99th day for some reason, or like the
Hmm.
9th or
Oh, and it
99th
counts
day, and
down.
then glitches. No, it
Oh,
counts up.
oh,
It
oh,
just
okay.
doesn't start at 0 for some reason. It starts at 999.
Wild.
This game was done by 3 people, and it
Yeah,
shows.
they tried.
But it was really funny because like yeah, you just do the skip, go into your hut, and like you just do some shit, and then oh, there you go, end, done, moving
That's
on.
Did you
hilarious.
look into speedrun stuff? Like,
That's
has
wild.
anyone kind of like dedicated a chunk of time to map out the game, give routes and stuff?
Mainly just the task, but that's it. And the task was
No.
also half looking at arbitrary code execution.
Yeah, I'm curious about like actual human execution speedruns on this now. Like what kind of routes and skips you can do, or different categories, even like not doing major glitch skips or
Because I think
just how to
rushing through the
but
game as fast as possible, like if you can beat the game on like day 7, day 8, I think that would be a
uh,
fun goal to really
like really
go
know
through.
when you can like starve and like not have water and fatigue and like push yourself and
Yeah, it'd be fun to route because if
really
you
cool.
know
Yeah.
where all the berries are, like you know, you could never, you might not even need the
Oh
canteen on
god.
you,
Yeah,
and
maybe you like, get insane enough to have a step count. Like, okay, every step is 1% or like 0.5% hunger, and then so this is X tiles away. Then I mean,
yeah,
this
I'm
Does it
pretty
math is
test for
curious.
5 minutes and 37 seconds?
okay.
But
That's
there's nothing on speedrunner.com or whatever for like
No,
I
there is.
haven't
I
looked
oh,
posted
yet.
in chat.
there are, gotcha.
Oh, cute.
There's
I
the
wanted
most
to see
active
it.
one
person was
person,
1 year ago. Okay,
1 person 4 years ago did an all endings run in real time, and it took an hour and 43 minutes.
Not too bad.
But they actually
yeah, all
surprisingly do
ending.
like all of these. Yeah, I see ending one, which I think is the chopper ending, very popular route.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's just
that's
a
the
fast
SOS.
little thing.
No
Yeah,
one's done ending 3. I think that might be one or ending 5. I think those are 100-day ones.
let's see.
Which one was the one where you get on the pirate ship? That was 7 or 8?
6, 7, and 8. I think 6 is when the kid dies. 7 is when they live but they don't fall in love. 8's when you get married. That's
Oh,
the good
okay,
end.
I got 7 then.
I think 4 is you leaving by yourself.
And you get a nice little picture at the end when you get all the endings. As if it's
Yeah,
like,
you get a nice little picture of like the 3 of them just standing together. And then the
And the
game goes,
pixel
"You
art in
want
this
to do
game
round
is a
2?"
real treat. So that's a worthy ending.
yeah, it's crazy how like familiar this game feels. Like even the title screen looks like Pokemon. It's just straight up. It's literally just the Pokemon UI at the start, like when you do
There's
new
so
game,
much of it
load
is like
game.
like I've seen this before. I know this before. I've been here, but it's not. It's something new, and it's really cool. It surprised me with how novel it was.
I'm just
Yeah,
surprised for
it's
99.
super unique.
Like I'm surprised it told me like my ending number. It told me there were 8 endings. It
Yeah,
was like keep going, keep doing stuff, and I was like, oh,
It
okay. I figured
feels
I
just
like
figured out my
seeing
own.
yeah,
No, I was gonna say it feels like a game that probably shouldn't have left Japan at the time. Like when you consider like the beautiful like anime art, the
Yeah.
experimental gameplay, the
I wonder
endings.
how much of the translation had to be cut back for like fitting the dialogue in each box. Like, because some parts or the character's speech is kind of short in like that classic Game Boy way where you can feel they're trying to cram as much text as possible.
Mhm.
So I don't know, maybe it had a slightly different feel too, but
I
I don't
It's
know
would
how
called
say
America.
Stranded Kids in Japan.
Yeah.
I thought that was a cool like. It's like Survival Kids or Stranded Kids. I feel like they're both pretty solid names.
I'll
Mm.
add. I did look up like any kind of like I went through my magazine library to like see if there was anything for this game before it came out in English, and there was like 2 whole articles mentioning it as like a small like 3 screenshot thing on the side. Like, oh yeah, check out this game from Japan. It's weird, but it's
Mm.
kind of like Pokemon.
And we didn't
You
get the
know,
It
second
I
does
should
one.
have pulled up a Nintendo Power issue that had this
The
featured.
second one
Yeah,
looks cool. The
I
the
I want to
character
try
art
it.
does.
I was
I
gonna
want to try
ask
the
The
if you
second one
played
cutscenes
now.
look
through it,
cute too.
see what they might have added. It seems like there's more story
And
involved.
I didn't. I was kind of saving in case we actually wanted to go down the route for a book club, but I thought about it. I did find out
Alrighty.
while trying to find random old trailers for the game that there are a lot of people in Japan that do like this series still. And, like we'll play like the Wii one, the old DS ones. Like they're still an active fan base for this game over
Yeah,
there.
I saw how strong it was over there. And then when you consider the amount of titles, like the spirituals, like they all got sequels. There's like three
it was
different
a
like
super strong Konami release too, so
Oh
it's good they up over
no.
there.
The task is like hella glitchy.
that's a task for you.
Right. I don't want to watch this one. They just choose their way into the mountains by like clipping through the trees.
Yeah, so if you half step off the map and do that save trick and then reload, you skip the trigger that warps you to the next screen. So you just kind of like navigate through glitched tiles.
That's so
So he doesn't
funny.
have to skip the first cave. It's really funny. Just so he
Yeah,
doesn't
that
make a
is.
damn torch.
These games are
Huh.
very fragile. Don't poke them.
Yeah, this game is very easily broken. This has Pokemon DNA in it.
I could see it all around it. Even the Zelda feel, it clearly has like it's like they played Link's Awakening and they said, what if this was an actual survival game?
Oh,
'Cause
one thing none of us have mentioned somehow is the fucking diagonal movement. It blew me away as soon
Oh
as
yeah,
it.
I
there's
was
actual
just
diagonal
about to
movement,
say
and
I
it's
was not
good.
expecting that.
you can pick up
I was
items
like, this is next
diagonally.
gen.
You don't have to cut down grass to pick up items behind grass.
That's
Yeah,
That
crazy.
just
I
it's
had
blew
pretty
no
my
idea
good.
about that.
mind. I just
None
saw
of
the
their diagonal
task to
movement.
it.
It's also like the best movement option to move diagonally.
Yeah, you save 1.5 tiles. You kind of diagonal cut.
It's not just that. It's every time you change direction, going cardinal directions,
Your
there's a delay
fatigue.
in moving. No, there's just a delay in moving, whereas
Okay.
diagonal doesn't have it.
Oh, was the timer real time based or is it based on your movement?
Oh, good question.
I doubt
I
it was
think
real
it's
time.
I think it's
Uh,
movement.
I think
I didn't bother to
Pokemon's
check.
the only one with
It's
the
movement. Yeah,
battery.
I'm remembering
Well,
now. There's ones
not
I
like
looked at
real
idols.
time as in like sync to real life, but
Oh,
like
it passes
on a
through.
timer.
No,
Gotcha.
you have to do something for it to pass. You can't just stand there and wait.
It might be tile
Okay.
based, like every
Yeah.
300 maybe. Well, no, I think too if you like stand still and swing your knife, that also considers like fatigue and
Yeah, so
movement.
just
Yeah,
like an action. It's like
it's an
a
action
cheering.
economy.
Yeah.
I always walk to the bed to press A to go to sleep. I didn't know you can walk in the house
Oh,
and
me
press
too.
start to
I
go to
did.
sleep.
I did
Gotta
every
be
time.
immersive.
I didn't know you could do that.
You can
I
also
I'm
went
not
to
gonna
the
be
bed.
cool
interact
and
with the
have her.
chest on the right for it too, for the storage.
It's one of those games where like if I was like if I don't sleep on the bed, it's gonna give me a game over. I'm not gonna risk it.
I swear I thought you were going to use the broom after the hut got destroyed and you had to clean stuff up. I was like,
So
finally. Because the broom was like one of the first things I made and I held on to that for so long.
This is
it's
time for the
funny
big fan to
because
shine. Gonna blow it all away.
I did the same thing, but it's because there's a stone tablet later on that's like, oh, this is dirty. I can't read. And I was like,
Ah, I did
motherfucker,
the
that's the
same
broom.
thing. I
I was like,
did the
that's the broom. Let's
same
go.
thing.
And I waited for him,
100%.
and I walked over and it didn't work. I was like, what the fuck? God
I
damn
did
it.
the same thing. And meanwhile, you could just use water, which we've always had on us.
But the thing is, like, you could go there in a rainstorm and it wouldn't count as cleaned off. And I was like, what the fuck? Get together. If someone got
One of
fired
those
for
games
that
where a
blunder.
ROM hack of this that
Oh
added
yeah,
that functionality would be really
there was a
cool.
high tide and a low tide for that river area. If it
Yeah,
rained
yeah,
during
that
Yeah.
really surprised
I
me.
forgot
That was
about
cool.
that too.
That was very cool. There's a lot of
I was like
detail.
trying to go over there, and I was like, "Am I going crazy? Isn't this the spot I
Yeah, I was like,
crossed?"
yeah, wasn't there a path here at one point? I'm like, what the fuck?
I guess that's why there's a tree there for you to kind of rest to just get over the storm. Because I
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
stuck there too after I crossed. I was like, I'm going the right way, right? It was cute. A lot of nice little details. A lot of things kind of jam packed in such a quick experience. It's kind of interesting.
If there was
This was
one thing you guys could change about the game,
yes.
just one thing, what would it be?
I think I
And
already
at
said
night I
it.
explored once with the torch, but that was it.
I would like more caves. That's true. I
Uh,
think the only real exploration for it, aside from what's in that task there, is the secret waterfall cave to go back to the north side of the island. I
I
also
didn't
would
Yeah,
like
like
the
explore it.
hammer stuff.
I would have liked it to tutorialize that shooting the rock to knock it down thing before that point.
That was rough.
So when you get stuck there staring at a rock, I was like, was this
Oh
here before? Was it
god.
not here before?
Yeah,
I
have
honestly don't shoot
one
rocks there.
instant
No, I don't shoot the rocks. So
like force you to make the bow at one point and then like show it off that you can shoot a beehive down or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something
or
like
just
that.
another cave that's like, oh, there's a iron chunk up here. Let me use the bow to shoot that rock there. Like, just spell it out
What
for
were
me,
they
so when I see it
thinking?
later, I go, oh yeah, I should try this.
Or have the mountain look crumbly, and then you could examine it and be like, "This looks like it's ready to landslide" or something. And then
Or like
obviously, oh, there's
like
a rock
rocks
above.
dropping from
I
it,
know it
like
does look
little
crumbly,
particles
like
dropping.
there's a crack in the rock wall, but I don't know if
Oh,
inspecting it tells you anything.
yeah. But the whole
I
It
rock
was
also,
a
was.
cutscene. That's all I
but
remember.
but again, I didn't notice like if that crack was here before or not. Because I like went to that waterfall once before I got on the raft. I was like, was this here? Was this not here? I don't remember.
Oh, but yeah, as far as like changing anything, the only thing I would change is just have more. It's just wanting more dungeons and more caves. That
Yeah,
seems
I think
Yeah, it's
greedy,
not more
honestly.
islands.
It seems greedy
it's
considering the
just I
three
want
people.
more of it.
Yeah, now I know it's only 3 people. I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have. I understand why there's so much free space. I think they did have more ambition.
Yeah, and especially when you consider how tight the game is, because more and more puzzle dungeons would definitely like slow down the pace. Because, like I said, near the end when I was doing that whole dungeon with this, there's 4 or 5 different rooms, you get each key in there and stuff. It was definitely like feeling like I wanted to rush through, which is why I looked up the one room. So it feels like if there was more of that, maybe it would kind of ruin the pace. Because there's such a weird, like, unique pacing to this game that,
Yeah,
like,
it's like
again,
there's
we
a
didn't
build
start
up.
getting.
This is like your final challenge to survive, kid.
Yeah,
Let's see you do it.
better eat your berries.
As far
Hope
as
you
the
have.
food spoiling, you can combine dried grass, I think, with the meat to make preserved meat, which does
Really?
help.
What?
It was
Uh,
one of the grasses you combine with the meat. I was
yeah.
chucking all of them at them, and one of them, I think,
So
makes it so the meat lasts for a day or two. I don't know, something like that.
Inventory was
Yeah.
so
so
important. I
I
never
hated
really
the
carried meat. I
inventory.
just ate
Yeah,
it.
it's hard.
so so here's the
I
thing.
just
One is that like animals are pretty common, so like you don't really need to do the preserving thing. Like once you realize it's like, oh, I can just constantly chug meat and restore fatigue. I don't have to do all this. Also, when you eat the grass, like they'll say, oh, it's spicy, and like notes it can be used as a spice, which maybe doesn't convey properly that's preservative.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. I just
when you do,
figured that they could be
so when you
used
do it
different
for,
ways
oh.
now.
but like the food you preserve also is different times. Like meat was like I think 30 days. Clams were
Oh
like
wow.
only a few
Was it
days.
really 30 days? I feel like
Yeah, it's a
I
ton.
spoiled meat somehow. Like I
Yeah,
feel
Like
like I
I
never
I
didn't
had it
want to
that
push
long.
it.
Yeah, I stress tested it. Like preserved meat was like 30 days long, and then it would start rotting again.
Huh.
That's kind of nice if you have like the trap that's 2 tiles to the left of your hut, I think. And then you just stock up on meat over time and keep putting it in your stash. That might be nice.
That's what I was doing, and then I didn't get rewarded for it because the game hates me
That's the
taking my
Valheim
time.
mindset.
I was on my Valheim grind set. I was going
Yeah, you're
in
like, I gotta build a fort. I gotta
Yeah.
get 1,000 logs and
exactly.
10,000
I'm
seashells.
like, I got 2 of everything. I got like 6 things of meat, and I'm like, oh shit, the
Build my
inventory is
fucking
limited
arc
in here.
now.
You're like putting everything in your hut to save. You just have this giant treasure trove of
Exactly.
stuff that
What
you
if
never
I
did.
need
use.
this broom?
What
What if I
if?
did? I almost did need this broom.
Yeah, you
Do you-
almost did. It almost paid off.
I
I
just
didn't
wish
know.
that the arrow and the bow was one item instead of it being two, because there is times where I had to walk back and waste time, just to get other items.
I think that
Um,
lends itself to the game design, though. Like they wanted it to be
yeah,
this
Yeah,
like
It would be
economy of
too powerful
items.
to snipe. Yeah.
it's annoying, but also it's very powerful to be able to
Yeah,
take
I
something
get
out
it.
at range.
Yeah. It's like, am I gonna
right.
be the
The bow
Resident
was
Evil
very
running from
strong.
the zombie type, or am I gonna like bring my grenade launcher this time? I don't know.
Yeah. Especially because if you could stack your, like, say you could carry like 30 items, that would kind of break the game to a degree because you would just
Mm.
have
Wasn't it
everything.
10?
I think
It's
it was
But
like
12.
there's something to
9,
be
was it?
said
12.
specifically about limited quality of life and how it can improve the experience, and then this game is a good example of that.
100%.
Okay, that's fair. I do appreciate the journey. It felt like I was there. So when I died, like I was so depressed. Like
Yeah, it made me feel sad when
Did anyone
I was like,
accidentally hit stop game like in their when they
no.
were
No.
menuing? I
I
must have
was
hit
scared of
stop
that
game
button.
3 fucking times and lost progress so much.
well,
So
I mean,
it just
stop game.
stops it?
No, stop game gives you a save state basically. It brings you
Oh,
back, and you
does
go to
it? Because
load
I would
game, and then
hard
Oh
you
shit.
reset.
yeah you go back to the bottom of the load menu when
Son
you
of
go
a
back to the main
bitch.
menu, and it's like load game, and you hit it, and it's like, oh, here's your save state.
I
That's
thought it
why
was
my
just like,
day
up.
count.
It was
It's
basically a
like the
suspend
save
option.
button
It's
was
just
right
named
there,
badly.
buddy.
Damn, my day count was so low because I had to restart like 3 times randomly. Because I would do like 15 days and then I'd hit stop game and be like, well, I know what to do now. I could do this in like 3 days.
To be fair,
Once I did
Damn.
the
maybe it's
swamp,
stop game is really bad.
I had no
once I did
idea.
the whole game got a little like streamlined for me, but I didn't like the desert because I didn't know that I needed to use the hammer to break one of the heads. Like it took me
Yeah,
a minute, and then finding the glittery part that was in the
Oh, that
desert,
was annoying for some
like
reason. It was
I was
harder to
just
find
like,
than I
"Fuck
thought it
this
should be.
shit."
Because
yeah,
you
that
drain
rock puzzle
your
was.
resources so quick in the desert.
That's my only complaint. I loved everything else but the desert, and then I had to walk back to the desert. I had to sleep. You could sleep in the swamp, but I had to walk back to like change my items out. So it felt like I wasted like 5 days just to get back to the desert to like
I did
solve
the
the
same thing,
puzzle.
Lemon.
Yeah,
I
I'm
spent
right
a
there with
bunch of
you.
days on the desert to kind of like get through it.
Because like I inspected the head, I was supposed to hit with the hammer, but it just said like the generic message. So like I just went around for like 3 days, going to every other one, and then finally got back to it and checked, and they gave me the
And
different message. I was like, "Yo, you motherfucker!"
and Firefly, I did explore at night. I stayed. I think the longest I stayed up was like two
So,
days.
yeah, me too.
But your health starts to like rapidly decline, so it was like
Oh,
That's where I was
intimidating to
at near the
do.
end of the game.
so that's mainly just when one of your meters is full. But like again, if you just eat a bunch of cooked meat, you'll just never get penalized for it.
Or even
You
the
can
I was
just
berries,
wondering on
right?
that point, if you rest when you're fatigued like that, like you haven't slept, would that can you just rest anywhere in the world, or do you have to be back at a base?
you got to go
Or
No,
back to
yeah,
base
you
or a
gotta
tree.
go back.
okay.
I
You
died
get health drained.
sometimes
Yeah,
that way.
Oh, that's right. When you pause and you're not at the base, those options don't even appear. That's right.
it's more fun when you got that, and it's also rain on. You go to a tree, and you're like, "Well, I'm not getting any rest here, obviously."
Yep.
I gave the alligators a lot of food until the clams worked. Um,
Apparently, you could use, I think, grass too or something. The
Uh,
paralyzing grass.
mm,
yeah, paralyzer poison grass works as well as rotten food or just raw clams.
rotten food. I was feeding them.
Just giving them regular food.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, the cave exploration was really tough because I started to get to night when I was exploring. And I was like, oh, what do I do? Can I sleep in the cave? I have to hurry back. And then like that was my first time getting fatigued and my health going down. And I had to get back to the hut and my health was going down so fast. It was a really tense moment. It was really cool. That was a nice memory.
yeah, I really
Yeah,
want the mountaintop to have more caves to explore. Like maybe that's where we could put the other dungeon at.
Mm.
yeah, make it a little bit more elaborate. Because I was near that point near the end. Like once I got that final gem or whatever, the moon gem or whatever, like think it was. I was out of all my resources. My health was going down. But then once you get that last thing, the trap door opens and you just go up and you're right by the ship. I was like, So relieved because I wasn't.
Oh
Gonna,
yeah,
Me too.
I was
you're right. I
not
was
gonna make
dying
it back.
then too. Yeah, you're right. I was dying then too.
It was pretty
I
good.
forgot
So
about
so
that.
we were all kind of in rough shape
That
near
must
the
have been
end.
the intended
Yeah.
experience. Have you like really be on your last leg as you're getting out of there.
That was pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, the caves
And
were fun. The skelly was nice. But the caves in general, I just wish there was a bit more to it. I just
Yeah, me
Oh,
too.
I died at
yeah,
the invisible wall puzzle. I ran out of food.
yeah, that
Me-
was
I hate that. The invisible wall puzzle. I was like, oh shit, we're back in GoldenEye, boys. Let's go.
oh, I was at the Lost Woods at night too, so I was trying to get out of there
Oh,
in the
I figured
darkness.
out the
It
Terrible.
was
Lost Woods
pretty.
in like one shot. I got so lucky with that. I don't
I
know
guess
how.
I guessed every wrong way. I'm actually mad about it. I really didn't think it was gonna be as simple as it was.
It was one of those things where I was like, I have to explore every option in case there's something secret too.
That's
It was
true.
one of those brainworms I had to do.
One of those
Also,
shortcuts was useless. The one from the cave, and you had to walk back through the cave. That was so much more work than just going to the swamp and moving that rock to cut past the river area.
yeah, that really only exists like when it's raining. You really want to get back to the other side,
I
so you
didn't
just
think you
take
had to
the
go
cave
through the
instead.
cave. I thought you could just go down and cut through the bush.
Well, you can if the rain's not there blocking the river path.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, wow. Okay, I got lucky then. The times where it was raining, I didn't go that way. So I didn't even know that, but that's funny.
Firefly, that'd be a fun way to make this game harder for round two. Is like, oh,
Yeah,
surprise,
permanent.
you can actually genocide the animals.
Yeah, I was wondering if the clams would respawn after cooking them. That was nice finding out that they did.
I think that's part why I hoarded the first. I was like, I don't know what actually respawns and what doesn't. I don't even sure if things did respawn.
Are
And it was
clams
just bite-sized enough to discover it all and not have it be a pain.
are clams good to eat if you're in a survival situation? Aren't they like super salty?
I mean, you just gotta cook them.
Like in
I
real
think he
life
means
or in
real
the
life.
game?
I think he means
Yeah,
real
really.
life.
Oh
He
yeah, I'm in
mentioned
real
salty.
life.
They're risky though, because like on the island or in the game, you can get sick from them. So it's
Mhm.
like it's kind of
It was a
sus.
trade-off thing because you could eat them and then like know where grass was that was antidote grass and just eat the antidote grass and counteract it.
It's one
Does
of those
that
things
cure
like if you don't have
gnome?
fresh water, it would probably not be great. But like if you don't have fresh water, that's gonna be your problem regardless.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
number one problem anyway.
was surprised at the very good realism of I put one bad water in my water canteen and thus it ruined the whole batch.
Hmm.
Had to go empty the whole thing out and refill it. Did not know this because I didn't empty the whole thing.
You know, I was curious about that, but I never came across like the dirty water to try that out by that
I
point
drank
where I had
the
the
swamp
idea.
water on accident.
So, don't be drinking swamp water.
Yeah, I think I
I
tried it in
refilled my
the
canteen on accident.
I tried it in the temple because I didn't mean to fill it by accident, like somewhere underground. I thought the pallet was just, oh, it's good water. It's just on the sunset pallet. And so I drank it. I was like, oh, that wasn't good water. Never mind.
Yeah, thank God they put some clean water in that final area. Otherwise, I would have just been like
Right.
really annoyed having to go back. That would be a long trek back, but
There was a cheetah that spawned in the final area for me, and that part was scary.
Yeah,
Because those walkways are really tiny.
those animal spawns are all like a random pool of animals. Sometimes it's a scorpion, sometimes a spider, sometimes it's a gazelle, sometimes it's a fucking cheetah.
These
The
poor
the
kids.
the deers fought me one time. Usually they don't hit you back, like they just run, but one time the buck like fought me back, and that made me laugh. Because I wasn't expecting it. But I forgot there was something else cute that I think happened. Did y'all make pitfalls? I never did that.
I did once.
what are those? The
I did
traps?
one.
Those were in too annoying of places for me to really use, unlike the string trap.
Oh, they were in specific spots. I thought you could probably just make one somewhere weird.
No, I wish they were, 'cause then we just line them up outside the last area, the
I
Yeah,
shelter
didn't
area.
use
That one.
any of the survival techniques. I didn't use any of them like the filtration and stuff. I
I didn't even
just
know filtration was a thing.
I just ate meat and drank water.
I snacked on berries a lot too. I was like,
They
fuck
came in
cooking.
clutch.
I'll just eat
Yeah.
those. Especially
Berries
the
and
ones that
mushrooms are
cure you.
crazy.
I feel like the mushrooms and berries are like key if you want to have a good route because you just
Color
eat
mush,
it
my
and keep
beloved.
going.
Right.
Yeah, having to pull out the fire does take time. There were times where I was like, "Ugh, I have to pull out the fire, then I gotta use the torch," But I get it. I mean, I appreciated it for what it was. I'm just so spoiled by everything that's
Yeah, I feel
like
like at
Elden
this point,
Ring.
yeah, in this year, you kind of have to respect any Game Boy game that is tolerable. If it's like, damn, this is still pretty fun, then it is probably a damn good game if it
Right.
holds up in any regard. Yeah,
I
there's
can't
little design elements,
imagine
but it's not a big deal.
if they put a Shin Megami Tensei on Game Boy Color. I couldn't imagine how much
There's
missing you would
Bible
have to do.
kids. There's a
Wait,
few.
Bible Kids?
Yeah,
Did I
those
I think
are
it's
say
called
like
that?
Devil Kids, but yeah.
devil kids. Well, yeah. Isn't there a Bible? There might be one something Bible in it. I
Oh,
think that's the
Devil
Game
Kids?
Gear one. I don't know. I might be getting stuff mixed up, but yeah, they definitely had one of those games on the
What? I
GP
know that. That's
Game Boy
cute.
Color.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah, Last Bible. That's what you're thinking of.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Because the Last
Probably got
Bible
some
one
kids
and
in there.
two, Devil Children, Red Book, Black Book, White Book, and then the trading card summoner game,
God
Oh,
damn.
which is
holy
very
shit.
funny. That game's very funny. We should do that at some point.
Which one is this?
Shin Megami Tensei trading card summoner. I don't want to spoil anything. I vaguely know the plot of it, and it's fucking wild.
Wait, what console is that on?
Game Boy Color.
Okay. Yeah, if it's not too long, that'd be fun.
I hope it's not too long. I don't know how long it is.
Is it Japanese only though?
I'm sure there's a translation by now.
Oh no, I know, but
Yeah, these
Yeah, it's
SMT
Japanese only.
freaks.
Yeah, it never got out. It never left
That
containment.
makes sense.
It was
yeah,
Most of
2001.
the
We were on Game Boy
toilet
Advance by
games,
then.
they become like animal people, personas.
Animal people. What?
I don't know. It seems like on the cover of
Animorphs.
Devil Children, like the boy is a dog and the girl is a bird.
Oh, that's the Bible Kids tie-in. They go on to Noah's Ark and they fuck up all these demons. It's crazy.
Super Noah's Ark
What?
3D2, baby. Let's go.
It's wild. Start blasting all the demons.
That's my
Yeah,
favorite
I'm gonna
Bible
play
game.
this.
I have a new
Right.
deranged idea for a Doom mod that I will never actually create, but damn, it would be funny as hell.
Write it down. Write it down.
The Super Noah's Ark 3D was actually a Shin Megami Tensei game and you're fighting demons to save animals. That sounds fucking
That-
hilarious.
That'd be a pretty good hack. Not gonna lie.
So, what were our final thoughts on this game as we kind of, I guess, reel it all in terms of, I don't know. I don't. Do we
I'm
want to
just
give
really
10 out
impressed.
of
It's one of
10?
those things. Yeah, it's like chronologically, I can't help but think it's like I'm just looking back at it with such respect for the time it came out. I don't know what else was out before this that had these kinds of
That's
mechanics,
fair.
but like,
This
what did this copy from? Did it make this up? I don't know.
that's honestly my same thoughts now. Like
Yeah, it's just super impressive. It's snappy. It feels good to play. Good music, good feeling, just good vibes. I
I
don't
was
know.
emotionally
Island game.
attached to the game. Even though my character was a girl, I felt like I was her. So I would say it's an 8. And I also say that because I feel like this is the first survival game that I've played. I didn't play Minecraft or PUBG or any
Mm.
of that stuff. So when I touched this, it was like, I gotta make what? I gotta do
Yeah, that's a
what?
very unique perspective because you haven't engaged with a lot of these mechanics then, or
I've
like you
only
don't know
gone
what is
camping
expected
one
of you.
time too, so like my all of my friends are
Yeah.
Boy Scouts. So if I gave this game to my Boy Scout friends, they would have probably been like, "Oh, I need to make these two items to do this." But for
They would
me,
know
it
how to
was
fight a
like,
saber tooth.
so
right,
so for fun, really quick, I did look
without
up
a
a
knife.
list of survival games. And I'm sure this isn't a complete list, but there's only like 8 games before this game came out. We got Survival Island on the Atari 2600, which I can only imagine what the fuck that's like. We got the classic, the GOAT, Oregon Trail. We got
Oh
Wilderness
yeah, of
Survival
course.
Adventure,
Forgot
uh,
about Oregon Trail.
I
Sapiens
think there's
Lost.
degrees of survival games though.
Yeah, I
It's
was
like
about to
the
say
action
that.
survival game is a little bit different than Oregon Trail survival, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, because
Lost Tribe,
the
Unreal World,
Unreal World. What was that for?
That's on
Windows.
PlayStation. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, because I think the idea of having to like combine things and
I would
having
think of
all these
AIDS or
extra
whatever.
mechanics too, uh,
Oh,
seems like it's kind of one of those first few. Like it definitely just seems like it feels bigger than a Game Boy game.
It's
There's
almost like they realized, like, wait, all these video game mechanics that already exist, kind of like you can relate them to real life activities. What if instead of getting potions and like swords and monsters, it's just real life stuff? It's just that kind of mindset. Like, how can we adjust these systems and mechanics from RPGs and just make it about real life? And I think
I
that
thought
was
about
something that was
Oddworld.
a little bit
Yeah.
novel as well.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
definitely a
because
special game in terms of everything it's trying to do, the
Yeah, the
time
difficulty
period
was
it
good.
came out, the console. We got to remember Game Boy Color, it's not really any better than the Game Boy, which was
Yeah, it was
already
barely better.
no, it
really
just has
outdated at the
palettes. That's
time.
it.
Yeah, like they're considered the same system like
Yeah.
by Nintendo and everything
It's a
hardware
miracle
wise.
that they can get RPGs or anything of length on the actual cartridge. It's nuts.
Yeah, so I would give it like a solid like I mean for its time for what it does, like easy like 8. Like
Yeah,
it's
everything
just
it set out to
solid.
do. I mean, there were like some missteps, like the rock and like some other steps we brought up, but like it just feels good. Good presentation. You know, knows what
I
it
like
is.
the music. The music was a vibe.
Yeah, it
The
was
only
great.
thing that was offbeat was the swamp, but you got used to it, I guess.
But I think that's the point of the swamp. You're in this weird little
Yeah,
like
very
droopy
like
kind of
yeah,
place.
very off. Very things are like drippy and not quite on time, not quite what they should be.
Yeah. I need
A
to play
swamp.
Mario Wonder.
Donkey.
That made me
Donkey.
think of Mario Wonder.
Stay on track.
Sorry.
But yeah,
Mario Wonder.
Unreal World is funny because like that game apparently started back in like '92, and yet it's still getting updates to this day. I don't know what the fuck's going on over there in Finland.
Crazy.
They're crazy. Also, like SOS is on this list for Super Nintendo, and I would not qualify that in Survival Kids as like the same kind of survival game in the slightest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or like
it's a big umbrella.
Evo.
This is a big umbrella we got going on here. Yeah, but the point is, there definitely are only a few games that were doing shit like this, and the only standout one I can see is Oregon Trail. Yeah, that was my experience with doing a lot of survival kids searching for old media. I'm curious about Survival Island though for the 2600. I want to see what the fuck this game's about.
You're just a dot.
I
Just
know, but
going
how
around.
fucking primitive are we getting here?
I high key want to watch you speed run Survival Kids though.
There probably wouldn't be any better than that task, but it would be fun to watch.
No, it'd be fun to watch. I'd be here for it, dude.
I'll
Oh, it
think
looks
about
like
it
you
right now.
gotta approach the island in Atari Survival Island. Here it comes. We're
Oh
coming
shit,
for
here
you,
God.
come that
kids.
boy.
This is the alternate
Shit.
perspective where they called the SOS, and this is us coming for them.
It looks like there are mechanics though, like based on that the UI, like FW life duration. It looks like it is metering some stuff, which is
Says
pretty
John.
impressive for
Oh
its
wow.
time.
Oh,
Even
you're.
if that is just distance and points, like a point
Oh,
tally going up with like the time.
I get it now. You're swimming towards the island. Oh shit, there's actually
Yeah,
a island bit. Oh fuck,
And
you
it's
actually explore the island. Hold up. Wait, this might be kind of good
yeah.
actually.
This looks kind of. I might actually play this. I put all the Atari games on my Mister the other day, so I might jump into this for 2 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll give this a try for like 3 minutes and then go back to
Yeah,
Survival
be
Kids.
like, okay, that was neat. Bloop. Never seen
I'm
that again.
actually impressed. This guy looks like a fucking guy though.
Yeah, it's for what is this 2600? That's at least a 5200 looking game to me.
What year was that
Oh,
around?
love
Were we
Oh,
like
82.
45 years old? Okay,
holy
82.
shit! Can't
that's
believe it's
crazy.
dead now.
It's everything gets loved.
Oh shit, it's got first-person dungeon segments. Hold up, wait.
This is kind of
This
crazy.
game's fucking crazy. Hold on, wait a minute.
Little
I still know our
ambitious.
next game.
Yeah, going
I don't-
side-scrolling adventure with your walking stick.
First-person dungeons have grown on me, like honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
me
great.
too.
I don't know if you played the Grimrock games, but I've been playing Legend of Grimrock 2 again recently, and that is a great little dungeon crawl.
I love them. One of my favorite genres.
No. There's
Oh.
Vaporum on the Switch was very good as well. It was a one-player, one-character adventure game.
I gotta laugh for a moment because I scrolled down this Wikipedia list and on it is Metal Gear Solid 3.
What is this for?
I mean,
Oh, just for survival games?
So
Yeah.
games. I guess, yeah, technically. I
I
suppose
was
you're
respect
right.
it.
with the
I want to
amount
play
of ways
Metal
you
Gear
can help the
Solid 3.
animals. Have you ever played it?
No, but I heard that Big
It-
Boss is gay, so I want to play it just because.
Big Boss is he's everything. He sleeps with women. He has Ocelot fiending after him. He's got it all.
Right, I heard that Ocelot literally like dedicated his whole life to impressing Big Boss. So I was
Yeah,
like,
pretty much.
I have to see this crazy shit.
Well, it's more if you're hoping for them to actually like be kissing and gay openly and like not just undertones, you'll be let down. But
You have
Oh
to
Yeah,
no,
play it
good
on the
yeah,
3DS though.
no,
Yeah,
I
good Metal Gear
expect
Solid
it.
4 for that.
Yeah, no, I expect it because it's like even with Honkai Star Rail, they have to allude to people being gay. Like it's the culture. You have to think about it that. Well, I think
I
about
just
it
don't.
that way.
I don't think it was like an intended like major part of his character. It's just one of those things like, hey, these characters have a special bond with each other, and like their bond goes beyond just the battlefield and whatever. It could be taken as gay,
Right.
I guess, but it's just like
I did
their
play
souls are connected kind of thing.
I did play Metal Gear Solid 4 though. I played
Yeah,
weirdly
you
that
played
was
that
the
without
first
playing the
one.
other. That's crazy.
Yes, I know. I'm a horrible
Imagine how
person.
confusing.
Because when I saw
What the hell is
Vamp,
this?
I was like,
Metal
who is
what?
this? How do y'all know this? So
What
they
the
I
had
hell's
got
this
a
tanks with
huge
knuckle?
legs now.
database.
What?
I had to back read that huge Metal Gear Solid database that came with the game is how I was able to like try and keep up. But I will
I
say
can't even imagine. The whole series is experienced and vibes based. I think I can't even imagine. That's crazy.
I fell asleep during the Ocelot fight because the cutscenes were like 3 hours long. And I woke up to Ocelot kissing Snake on the
Is
Yeah,
that what
what? You sure
awakened
you weren't
you?
dreaming? What?
no, this is real. When he's doing like a grapple, when
It's
you're like
real. He was
trying to
grappling him, and they were shirtless. I swear.
yeah, and then like if you don't do anything, Ocelot will start kissing Snake.
Yeah, so
Snake,
it's Demo 4.
if you don't stop me, Snake,
Yeah,
I'm gonna kiss you.
Is that what awakened you, Lemon?
no, it was the boy outside that was wearing a tank top one
Uh,
day.
Oh, nice.
God.
And he was spinning his revolvers, and you were like, "Oh man."
I was like, wait, what? And that's how I found out about the gay theory.
He bit you.
This is the
No,
gay
she
agenda
stood
right here.
next to me. She stood next to
It's
me and
more
she
than a
was like,
theory, a gay theory.
I'm glad we could explore that aspect of all of Pride Month. Happy Pride Month, everyone.
yeah, happy Pride
Pride
Month.
Month.
Just woke up and Ocelot was kissing me. That's how I found out.
Right. I'm about to play
Shit,
that
that's
game
crazy.
just so I can know.
Holy shit.
We got 28 days of Lemon being gay, so I'm here for it. We got 28 days.
After that, you better watch out.
We need
Yeah, I'm
Benji
gonna
to
be
say
more
some
careful.
offhanded comment about that.
I'm surprised
You
Benji
know he
didn't like have his
would.
ears perk up as soon as he heard us talk about it and join.
Closes
That's
out.
true. He's been wanting to talk to friends on Discord since like way back in the day.
You
Like
should join
regularly.
the
I
book
mean,
club.
He's a yapper.
he is a yapping ass bitch. We used to talk to
Yeah.
Mars for a little bit before I found out that
All right, leave
before we
that
found
out.
out that Mars was
Leave that
creepy.
out. Leave
But yeah,
that. Let's move on. So,
fair.
what
Yeah.
should what should be our like kind of umbrella moving forward? You know, because like I
Yeah.
feel like this game was perfect for what we wanted to do with the
It was
VG.
Yeah.
obscure as fuck. I agree. I think that's a really good point. What's the standard from here
Did
on
anyone
out?
have any ideas of like specific games or themes or genres or anything in mind or anything you
I
want to
For
I just didn't
share?
want to
me,
go through the entire series like I wanted to, so I'm trying to think of what to do next.
for me, I'm thinking like in terms of themes and stuff. I kind of want to keep it retro, but like
Mhm.
again, it's not like a hard rule, but like I don't know, retro just there's so many random like old games to
There's so
kind
much
of
unexplored, and I think that it adds a nice perspective of like revisiting things and having a
it gives
modern view
incentive
versus
too to play them too. Like I would have
yeah.
not played this
Yeah,
game
yeah,
other than
same.
for us
Yeah,
having this.
That's
Like
kind of it
same.
because the backlog is so huge. So you pick one to focus
exactly.
on, and there you go.
I still want to play God on the Super Nintendo. I'm gonna
Yeah,
come to that eventually.
Oh my
that's a
god, I was
great game.
I've never beaten Earthbound like ever. So when y'all were talking about Mother 2 and 3, I was like, okay, I need to play Earthbound.
I would
yeah.
gladly listen to any thoughts you'd like to share about Earthbound. I love hearing about people's playthroughs because that game is fantastic.
All
It's
right, yeah, I'll let
amazing.
you
I
know.
need to stream it because I've only played it like once back during the
Yeah.
Wii era.
If you ever like wanted to make a channel where you talk about like your thoughts in a game, just like chronicle it, or I don't
I
know,
feel
just
like the lemon
fun.
experience of Earthbound, like reading it, would be Earthbound esque anyway. Like it
Yeah,
would just
He
be
exactly.
goes to
so.
sleep and like has a like poo style hallucination where Ocelot appears and like takes off all his limbs and then kisses him.
Right, because the
I'm writing this
thoughts
down for
wouldn't be
later.
collected. They would be, I would be all over the place. I'm sorry. But yeah,
No, this is
I would
good.
be
That was
down.
your creative. That's good.
So, did anyone have any ideas? Anything in their brain to like?
For retro, define retro. Like before
Um,
64.
No, I think I.
um,
It has to be accessible too, because like we're all pretty savvy. There's no doubt about that.
yeah.
But also, like, I wouldn't want to leave one or two people behind. Like, even
Yeah.
Vex is pop the game into. Like,
Like stuff being on the Nintendo stores is a nice benefit because it's easy to access.
hmm.
Fair.
It doesn't need to be on Switch in any of those stores, but that's just something maybe if you see something on there and get an idea, wouldn't be a couldn't hurt. As far as recommendations, I kind of blew my load on this one.
That I mean, you definitely paid your dues with this one for sure. I think
Yeah,
it's up to us to
this was
really
a goldie.
to dig
Taking
through
the
and
feet
figure
up.
it out.
I'm staring through what I pulled up on, but unfortunately, you said accessible. I'm gonna have to go give out a translated round for some of these. Like, here, play this. Because I saw a few games I was curious about, but I didn't really. I don't know if I should recommend it.
I've never
Well, you could
played
always
Joe and
throw it
Mac.
out. You could always throw
Joe
it
and
out there.
Mac is one of my childhood games. That's one of my. I got that cart as a present once, and my friend and I had very special memories with that one. That was a good game.
I don't think I played Shining Force either.
Shining Force is great.
The Shining series in general is a real gem. I've been really enjoying
Yeah.
Shining the Holy Ark on Saturn. That's a really
That's a
good
great
game.
one too. They're all good.
Honestly,
They're all
Resident
solid.
Shining Force 1 might be good because I've not played that since like a random PC port in the 90s.
Shining Force 1
What
is
about Fantasy?
great.
I feel like Fantasy Star
Oh,
1
yo.
is like
A Fantasy Star would be great. I've been meaning to play one forever.
That's
because
accessible. It's on
it's
Sega Ages.
accessible. It's ambitious for its time. It's really not that long, and the Sega Ages copy actually streamlines it. It doesn't handhold you, but it makes things like
I was gonna
there's
say I still have
Do
mine.
you have a preferred Fantasy Star that would be like the best for us to play? Is one just the best spot to start off
one
at?
is because all the other ones are like legitimately longer RPGs. One
Mhm.
is like a Dragon Warrior in terms of like you could knock it out in just a few playthroughs in an afternoon. Like 2, 3, and 4 are amazing, but they're also
A bit
longer.
meatier. Yeah.
And Fantasy Star 1 does a lot of interesting stuff. Like it's basically it's like a granddaughter RPG, you know, like cuz you got the main
Right.
character is a female. It's got first person dungeon stuff, and it came out around Dragon Warrior, it came out around Final Fantasy. So I think it's
How long
like
to beat says Fantasy Star 2 takes 1 hour? What the lord? What?
the
Are these It's breaking up into a
Oh,
lot of adventures though, like Ant's adventure, Huey's adventure. So,
yeah.
what's
Gangster
the
one is just like you play as Alice and you do your thing, and yeah, it's like Dragon Warrior. It's not super long if you know where to go and what to do, and have a dungeon map in front of you.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
cool.
about like 15 hours, give or take.
Mhm.
You know, it could be a little bit longer, a little bit shorter, but I think
If you feel that its systems hold up enough to be like an interesting playthrough, I'd be more than happy to
It'd be
try it out.
more of an examination if you like old, like the Dragon Quest style of games, like to look back at a game
Well,
similar
I've
but
been
not
playing
quite as
through
Dragon Quest
FF1
One.
lately, so I am
How
in
come
that
they?
mood.
You might be pretty
I don't
familiar
know.
then, as it's more or less that.
yeah, I mean the systems again aren't anything crazy, but again, it's context when it came out.
Right.
Because you do, there's multiple planets you go to, which is kind of again, Final Fantasy and Dragon Warrior were like super basic, but then you have this beautiful, colorful kind of RPG with a bunch of party members. It's sci-fi,
It's
I think
also
it's
one of those games
interesting.
where I think we have to read the instruction manual because
Well, that's the
one,
thing.
they expected you to have the full physical experience. It's like
Yeah.
having a vinyl. You have to look at the liner notes and like
Yep.
see everything
Well,
and have the
Sega
whole
Ages copy actually has a lot of that information like within the
fantastic.
game. Like it's almost got like a cheat sheet, not like a literal like handholdy cheat sheet, but it has like the instruction manual information. It has
That's
like
amazing.
a bunch of really really useful stuff that makes the
It's straight
game
up,
a lot
it's a
more
part of playing
tolerable.
the game. Like I mentioned, that FF1 ROM hack that I'm playing comes with its own like specified PDF that has its own instruction
That's
manual. It
wild.
lists out all of the stats for the enemies, or like it's whole custom thing because it's like, okay, well the experience is you're supposed to have this in front of you and have the map and all that. So it's been really cool having that open on my iPad, and like I'm writing down notes on my little cork board with my post-its, and I'm trying to make like a whole analog experience. So
You
I'm
just
ready
have a
for
post.
kind of everything.
You have a
Yeah.
post-it note of Snake kissing Ocelot. You're like, wait,
Yeah. And I just have soon written under it.
there's like
Do it for
question
him.
marks. Wait, that would be my pick. I don't know if anyone else has any suggestions or picks.
Gonna do it up and get the fancy PS2 version.
I don't have
Uh,
any suggestions at the moment. I didn't think about that part. My brain melted.
You're good.
as far as Phantasy Star 1 goes, would we want to play with any like quality of life ROM hacks or anything, or do you just want to go raw dog in it, vanilla?
I mean, I think you could do either or, but like I said, the Sega Ages one is like a perfect port. Like they
Yeah, like
really
I wouldn't
made it
mind just playing like,
accessible.
yeah, just something this is the intended product, but like if you think that it needs just a little push, then
I
you tell us.
I think it would, because like you don't see what your gear does like to upgrade you when you buy it. There are items that are downgrades in some
Ooh.
shops
Well,
that are
that's
more
where the
expensive.
Sega Ages part comes
Yeah,
Yeah,
in,
that's
where
did
it
where like that
did
actually
you
gear
lays
does
manual
out.
good.
that shit? Because like in the FF1 hack, again, going back to that, you like reference
No,
all
it
the
was
equipment on there and like look at the stats and like see what the effects are and
some equipment, early equipment, yes, not all of it. It was very much meant to be like just a funny little trap from back in the day.
hmm.
Little bit of trolling.
Is there shit like some stats don't work, like that kind of thing? Because if there's stuff that just
Nothing
doesn't
like
work,
that.
No, all the stats work.
Sega was pretty tight with that stuff.
hmm.
I feel like that was like more just Square, just fucking everything up. Every game they released.
I was gonna say,
Like
when
actually
do all the
fixing
stats work?
FF1 to have half the spells or stats even do anything. Like I can't believe FF6 still had broken stats. That's crazy to me.
FF7 still kind of
Yeah.
had some missteps.
Well,
It's kind of
like
crazy.
I'll
And then
forgive
FF8's
seven.
like, fuck it,
Seven,
just
let's
don't have
say.
stats. Cut out the battles. Encounter none. Go. Beat the game at level 7.
Get that junction going.
That's right, best game.
Yeah, no,
I
Second Star
still
might
love
be
the
fun.
junction system. Yeah,
Hmm.
again, I'm just thinking in the context of like this game was a nice like it was just nice to see what it tried to do at the time.
Yeah.
None of us played it, so it was really, novel and interesting. So I don't know
I
why my
think
brain.
that kind of suggestion and like perspective on games kind of is really what this group talk is all about. Is like finding what makes these things so special.
Mhm.
I
Especially if like again, it's more it's given the incentive to play something. So like, hey, you could finally cross Phantasy Star off that list because
Yeah,
it deserves
it's
that
an honor.
respect. It's again, it's we got those three main RPGs, and Phantasy Star just kind of gets ignored. But like Phantasy Star 1 is super ambitious. It's crazy. It's beautiful. 2 and 4 are just insanely good RPGs. And I actually like 3, even though people don't like 3 that much. 3's got a whole genealogy system. It's got like JoJo's vibes with the enemies. It's
Was
very
it just too much at the time? Is it like one of those games where it's like
it's like Halloween 3. It's literally
Okay, so I'd love it.
or yeah, well, Halloween 3 was the one that was not related at all,
With the
right?
fire,
Yeah, it
the
was
guy
Yeah.
the
hit himself on
Shamrock.
fire.
Yeah. Season of the Witch or whatever.
What's the song?
Yeah.
Shamrock. Da, da.
So yeah, Phantasy Star 3 falls into that category where it's like not super related. It's kind of its own thing,
Right.
and people talk shit about it. But like again, it's like 1992 or 3. You got this genealogy system where you could marry each person, and then you have a time skip, and you inherit all this stuff, and you go. It's cool. It's interesting. It's fun.
It's
But
ambitious. Yeah, it's one of those things where more time passes, you're like, you know what? I appreciate that it's not more of the same.
Yeah, because you got to look at it in the context of the time. When it came out, people wanted a sequel to 2, which was this amazing game. But then you get this completely different thing, and you're like, well, this isn't what I want now. But fast forward literally half a century, or not half a century, we're not that old, a quarter of a century.
Yeah.
Soon enough.
Yeah, it's like so far removed, and it's its own thing, and you're like, you know what, I can appreciate this, but
Not me watching you play Final Fantasy 13 and hating it less now after watching that.
yeah,
That's not being
Take
billed as the
our
future of
moms like that
RPGs
game.
as a fucking hallway game.
exactly.
I'm like,
Like,
okay,
Dude.
now it's fine.
because the context is important. Like when Zelda 2 came out, people wanted more of Zelda 1, and then we got Link to the Past, which was a god game. So in that time period, people looked at Zelda 2 as like a game no one like. Why would I want Zelda 2? I have Zelda 1 and Link to the Past and Link's Awakening. But now,
The more time that passes, it's like
its
the more I
identity gets
appreciate
stronger.
anything that has different spices. I don't want the same I don't want the same meal every day. I want to be able to go in the cupboard and find a whole smorgasbord.
Yeah, and that's where
It's very
experimental
yeah.
like stuff comes out of. Like,
Yeah.
you start to just really appreciate. You're like, they tried something different, and they had no blueprints. They had no
Yeah, all my
guides.
favorite shit are those weirdos like the FF8s, the MGS2s, the just anything that's like, you know what, we're gonna just do something that we want to do.
Even
And
Dragon Quarter, Breath of Fire 5,
yeah,
Dragon Quarter, like it's
I remember
super
when that came out,
different.
everyone
That'd be
hated
a
it.
good one.
Majora's
That'd be a good one to
Mask.
play this.
I remember when Majora's Mask came out. Everyone hated Majora's Mask. Now
A
it's
bunch of the
fucking
Saga games.
below 100%. Saga
Oh,
2.
yeah.
You're like, what the fuck is
Dragon
this?
Quarter would be crazy though. I don't.
I
Again,
don't know if it's short enough. It's same thing with the wine link
yeah.
feta. Like
I
it
wish
sounds
Dragon Quarter
cool.
was shorter, but you have to grind a lot.
Yeah, like this game has like a morality system in it. Like I'm very curious about it. Like you choose to save, or, like spare, or like kill everyone on the screen for a strategy game. That's actually interesting. But from what I see, people are like, oh, it's just kind of boring. So I'm like, did it execute it that well? Are people just being unfair to it because they want Fire Emblem, or is it actually a good
That's
game?
why there are games that are concept games, and then there are games that are actual like fleshed out mechanics. If they sometimes they just have a concept of what they want to do, but they don't expand on it enough, and it's just kind of like one of those inch deep, mile wide things where you're just left wanting more. Where they have this mechanic, but it's just not enough.
I agree. Yeah.
There's a lot of recent games that do that, where like they market themselves on one thing, but then that's all they have for like 25 fucking hours.
Yeah.
Do
That's why I
like
stopped playing Renatas. Like the whole game's built around this counter system, and it's just like cool. It's nice, but like.
But you
it's
need
not as
more. You need that's
Okay,
the
yeah,
hook. But where's the dressing?
Okay,
And
yeah,
it's
never
not
mind
as
my
fleshed
idea.
out.
That game takes 47 hours to beat,
Yeah,
according
and
to
it's also
how long
not
it
too
takes.
accessible. Like I don't know. I'm
I
sure.
mean-
Again, we're all savvy. We could all pirate, but like I don't
I
know.
mean, I
Is
would just-
Lemon gonna load up his PS2 emulator or Firefly
Oh, no,
or?
That's NES. That's not PS2.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Dragon Quarter for some
No,
reason.
I was talking about Feta, the one I linked in chat.
My bad. Gotcha.
Yeah, that looks cool.
But yeah,
I would like that at one point.
But yeah,
But
it's
you said
47
48 hours.
hours. Yeah, I was like, maybe not. Never mind.
Cool little personal game to dig through, though.
Might be good for one of those long-term ones, but yeah,
I would like to hear if you do end up going to it. I'd like to hear what you think about it.
I will get to you once I'm finally done
Yeah, I
getting
Just
my
think
one of
ass
those games.
kicked in my
Fantasy
Fire Emblem
Star.
Realm Hack I'm playing.
I think as we get more of these under our belt, I think we'll be able to do like a nice finale, like a season finale thing where it is like 3 parts. Yeah, I think we're just like trying to just get the
Just gotta
feel
feel out a
for
little bit.
it, and yeah, because I wouldn't be against doing like we'll set a month aside for something
Mhm.
big that we all kind of want to do that we've never played before, and we want to
Yeah,
knock it
and
off
then
the
maybe you
list.
could like have time to think of topics you want to write down, or just the way your thoughts evolve over time is different when you have something marinate versus just you play it and you react and you get your thoughts out and then you're done and you move on. I can't stand that. Like if I beat a game and the credits roll and then I'm like, okay, purge it from my mind, then the game is like, why did I even I want the thing
Right?
to stick with me? I don't know. That's just my take.
Yeah, you
I
definitely
carry.
want to like ruminate on things a bit more. It's interesting to always see the initial reaction versus like after the honeymoon phase is over
Mm.
and
First
see
day
how.
always feels different.
Oh, absolutely.
Damn, that new experience for the brain buff really does work.
Yeah, we first day Smash Ultimate came out. We played free for all with 019. I remember it. We played on the Mario Odyssey stage.
And we never saw him again.
Nope, that was it.
Oh, ATI and I did, but you guys never saw him again.
Wait, we did?
Yeah, in PSO.
Oh, that's right. I meant in Smash, but
Oh yeah,
yeah,
no,
we
I
did
know,
see
but
him
I was
there.
like, we did see him again,
I totally forgot. Yeah,
and then he
that was
got banned
wild
from
seeing
voice
another
site for a
Yeti.
racist joke, so that was really funny.
Wait, he did get banned?
Well, he got suspended for like a year. Might as well be a ban.
He's always kind of had that in him. He had that little
Yeah,
racist dog in him.
you
He's
got
got
that. You
him.
got that Dayton dog in him.
Don't let that dog bite.
The Dayton dog strikes again.
Oh, 019. I should ping him. Get in this book club, brother.
He's just cursing us out.
Yeah.
I was talking about his Bayonetta figures, and sorry
That's
guys, I'm a little
Everything,
nice.
busy with my wife.
everything
Bayo.
clicked on his weird translation shit. I'm thinking of a normal game I wanted to play I've not played before.
Yeah, I say we post this pitch of Fantasy Star and see how others feel, like Vex included, because I'd like to have Vex and such have a say as well.
I'm down
Yeah,
for
for
Fantasy
sure.
Star, so I'll say
Yeah.
yes now. But yeah, I'm down to think about it
Yep.
or sit on it.
I've already got some ideas brewing for potential next things that might be fun to explore. So yeah, maybe if this works out, uh, I don't know what kind of time frame are you guys looking at? Like 2 weeks for this one? This is an RPG. 1 week? Maybe just see who's interested, or
Uh, I don't. Hmm. I
the
kind of
time
wanted
frame
to.
thing is my biggest.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm also down for one of the Donkey Kong Land games. I like that suggestion. I haven't
Yeah,
touched
yeah.
any of them.
Yeah, those would be fun.
I played 1 and 2 back in the day when I was a kid. But yeah, I'm here for the jank. Let that fucking bird pop on the screen, in the snow stage in Donkey Kong 1. I'm here for it.
Fantasy Star one I played like half of before, so like I'm familiar with it, but I'm still down to finish it finally.
Yeah, time frame wise, it's not too bad. Again, it's just like a 15-hour game. So if we wanted to just do the standard week and see how far we all got, or if we wanted to finish it, or we could just like do the Donkey Kong Land games because we could probably have all 3 probably done in a week. That's asking a lot. I don't know.
Does the port of Fantasy Star have speed up on it by any chance? Do you know?
Um,
I
I
can check.
don't.
Hold on.
I can't
That'd
remember.
be interesting.
If
I
it
don't think it
if it
does.
did, that would help a little bit, I guess, with the grinding.
Yeah, you don't really have
That's
to
not
grind too
too bad.
much in Fantasy Star. It's really just a matter of
Okay.
like knowing where to go,
I,
and
I
stuff like
really
that.
like that. I prefer RPGs where you can just like go and the fights you do on the way are
Like I
enough
think
grinding.
this at the start you definitely have to, Because I remember
Yeah.
getting my ass kicked by the fucking dragonflies.
That's just the way it goes back in the day, and then eventually you get
Yeah,
rolling.
it's the same thing like Dragon Quest. You gotta sit there, grind for the heal spell, and then you can go in on it.
FF1, you get your ass kicked until you get to the ogres or whatever, and you start gold.
It's like, oops, I ran into 12 goblins. I'm dead.
Yep, just reset. You're done. Because everyone misses. You have like a 10% chance to hit at level 1. Good luck, fucker.
Let me take a look here. Oh shit, I got original and ages mode. Let's see, what do I got in here?
I'm not seeing this on the Steam search. I must be blind.
I don't know if it's on Steam search. It was on Switch.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I thought it
What's
would be
the
one of
first
those
video
like
game y'all beat? Do y'all remember the first video game you beat?
like finish to completion. Oh geez.
It'd have to be a Mario game for me. Something basic like that.
It was either Mario or Bonk's Revenge, I think.
Kirby's Dream
Oh,
Land
it
was
might have
the
been Mega
first game
Man.
that I
It might have
beat.
been Mega Man 3, actually.
Yeah, Mega Man 3 was, I think, my first video game I played, but I don't know if I actually beat all of the Robot Masters as a little. I would get to the final stages all the time, but
They were
I don't know,
tough.
I just didn't push through. But then eventually I went back and it's as a teen and I beat it, but
It might even been
yeah.
Mario Land for the Game Boy.
Yeah, actually, that's a good
game's
one.
short and sweet.
Yeah, it's not too tough.
Yeah, Phantasy Star is apparently only on Switch right now, as far as new versions being accessible.
I can
Okay.
tell you, it does have fast forward, and honestly, it's goated. It doesn't fucking see out the music, only
that's
the
my
action.
favorite.
Yeah, that's
It's
perfect.
actually crazy how good this port is. I forgot how good it was.
Yeah, no,
how much is it?
it's $8.
Okay, I might pick
Which
that
isn't
up.
too bad. You could probably
I'm here
always get
for it.
Ryujinx or whatever going.
Yeah, like I could get a million different things going for this, but I kind of feel like supporting it. I don't know if it's $8.
Yeah, I mean it's a brilliant game. Oh man, it's got the map too, and like they really did great with this port. This is like actually a sick port.
Just having all of that together is worth it, I think.
1988.
So I'm a bit like
That's
you know, does this give out too much information because it shows like every single item in that pause menu?
That's the world we
Particularly
live
ones that
in.
probably should be puzzles.
I'm
Like,
only
yeah,
gonna
I'm
refer
for
to it when I
equipment,
need
but I
to,
don't know if I
though.
want the items.
Yeah, you play as you want at this point. We're
Yeah. I mean,
thing's
when I was a
40
kid,
years
I
old.
used Game Shark all the time, so who cares? Whenever you like.
Tips and tricks, baby.
That's right. Nintendo Power is cheating. It's having a backseater.
Yeah, so I'd be down with that. It's again, it's all up to the consensus.
Was there anyone else who said that they might be interested other than Vex that's not here right now? I think Mike said he might have been interested.
Oh yeah, but he didn't want to get on voice chat, and then he never popped up again.
Well, he might do the text. Well, he might have thought that like this one was too late. Who knows? But
yeah, at
just
least
join text is fine.
Vex just told me he's coming to Atlanta on Thursday. He said he would be free to hang out. I'm like,
Kiss him.
You two can play Phantasy Star together.
Play Metal Gear together.
yeah, we can actually be gay together. I'm here for it.
Yeah. And his wife can just deal with it.
You'll watch.
And Tiny
Be into
Baby.
weird territory here.
I'm just playing. But no.
His baby would kick your butt.
Speaking of Vex.
If I didn't
Yeah,
just
I'm down.
replay, if me and ATI both didn't just replay all the FF Legends games, I would even say the first one would be a fun video game book club.
Yeah, it's
romp.
honestly a really good romp. It's easy to, I mean, not easy, but like it's very straightforward. It's
pretty
challenging.
quick. It's a quick RPG.
It's very satisfying having your little dudes squeeze through these tense dungeons.
Oh God, with the
When I play
chainsaw. Pikmin, I feel like Pikmin 1, that was actually also on my idea list. I thought about yesterday.
Ooh, that would be cool.
I feel like Pikmin 1, it's super quick game. Anyone could beat. Like, there's multiple ways to kind of finish it. It's
You don't need to
unique.
100% it at all.
Yeah, it's very different from the other games in the series. It's easily accessible. Everyone's got, I think it's Dolphin, whatever. It's ready to go. I think it's on the Switch too if someone wanted to buy just to have Pikmin games. But that was
I
another
haven't
one.
played Pikmin 1, but I've beaten 2.
Yeah, Pikmin 1's really, it's such a different genre of game compared to
It's
the other ones.
very old game design where it's like, here is just game. You just have your game objectives.
Well, technically, that's a survival game then, right?
It actually
So
is
it
kind
is,
of,
yeah. It's funny. It's time limit.
I was
It's
about to
actually hitting
say.
all the beats of survival kits when you think
Yeah.
about it.
It's
You
also
kind
just
of just
as
replace your hunger and thirst meters with your various Pikmin and stuff. It's all
yeah,
the
And
same
the
things, just wrapped
and the
differently.
days, how long it takes you to get there.
It
yeah,
is
like
I
more.
played Pikmin, so technically Pikmin would be the first one for me then if we put it under the umbrella.
Yeah.
I
Those
played
are.
too much Pikmin to qualify for this round. I think.
I mean, you could always play it, refresh
Yeah.
it. I mean, I've played a
I
ton of
liked
Pikmin.
2. No
I
one
would
likes
even
Pikmin
do the
2.
FFL1 run again just because you can make different parties.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
always
replace
fun.
stuff as long as it's novel and like it's new to someone.
I
Yeah.
mean, I've never like actually sat down and played Super Punch Out as I scroll through the SNES channel list here.
I
That's
was
a
just
fun
going
one.
through that too, and I was like, these are some games,
They
especially the
got some
newest one
fucking
that came out.
blorp the
There's some
blorp
there's
bullshit
some
in there.
fucking Scrimblow games in here. I'm
It's
like a
crazy.
Scrimblow guy, so I can definitely say that.
Jelly Belly or whatever.
Just
Jelly
going through
Boy.
random old games and like seeing the wild shit that would pass for like this is my deluxe technological release and it's just a
Well,
piece of shit now.
Booger
It's
yeah,
Man.
it's
you got
really
the
something. I
oh
bought
sorry.
the Chuck Rock for this guy that worked for me and like because his name
Chuck
was
Rock.
Chuck and like he worked with Rock, so I was like, hey, Chuck Rock, here you go. And then I played the game and I was like, holy shit, this is awful. I feel terrible for giving this to him.
Well, we got the worst version of Fatal Fury 2 on SNES right here. Also on the SNES channel.
They just put Streets of Rage 1 and 2 in the second one. I was like, oh, cute.
Oh, that's cool. Always left me some Streets of Rage.
Streets of Rage 2
Me
would be a fun one.
too.
Yeah, I beat 2 so many times with my friend.
That was like a,
Same.
a weekly event.
We
Yeah,
need co-op for Streets of Rage 1, I think.
I have an
1
arcade
is
night.
fun. 1, I hate the last stage in 1 because those 2 girls are like so fucking annoying.
Yeah,
It's like
I hate them.
Yeah.
right in front of Big Boss's door. There's these 2 twins, and you can't hit them.
Final fight,
Yeah,
but we
but
played through Street Fighter 6 arcade.
Yeah, we have to
hell
play in
yeah.
Street Fighter 6. That
We all have to watch.
I love Final
was
Fight
great.
too.
Final Fight's a good one. And there's a lot of good arcade games we could dig into too. Maybe even like some 3 or 4 player things and just be like, you know what, let's just do a romp together one night. And
I
just
feel like Sunset Riders would be too hard of a game though. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know. I feel like it. I mean, I'm here for it. I don't know. I mean, Contra is like an arcade game. If you just grind it out, you can beat it.
there's a
You
bunch of
just
games where if we just put time into it, we could, but we have to keep our scope focused here.
Yeah,
right.
I think that's the most important
There's
thing.
so I would love to grind and get good at everything, but we just can't. There's not enough hours in the day.
I play it
That is
every day,
true.
brother.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I forgot there's something I need to do. We're
I don't know
good
if I want
though.
to. I don't know if I want to subject people to Puyo Puyo 1, but Kirby's Avalanche would be really funny just for how much Kirby shit talks everyone in that game.
God, I can't puzzle
It's so
game.
funny. Yeah, it's
I
not an easy
I
learning
think
curve.
puzzle games would be a little too quick. I feel like there wouldn't be much to really like dissect. I mean, there would be, but like I don't
Yeah,
know. It's
with
kind of
Yeah,
Puyo
it
1,
would
it
have
was
to be
more
really
just
special, like something really novel and like I don't
like
I
know.
can't really
maybe with a
recommend
good
Puyo 1 with
story.
my whole chest because it's definitely like just a week of learning basic ladder combos
Yeah,
and then
maybe
getting
if like
stuck
it had like
halfway
a meta
through.
narrative, like Zero Ranger would be cool, something like that, or like I don't know, one of those meta games, something like that. because puzzle game, something that's just mechanics, I love that shit, and I would love to do that. We just have to consider what we want to talk about. If we want to dig into a game and like just talk about its mechanics, cool. I'm okay with that. We're just setting up what our book club is doing.
All my opinions of Poyo 1 are negative, so probably not
I
a
will
good choice,
say,
honestly.
I do think that games that don't particularly tell a story, but it's inferred, I kind of do think that that opens up a lot of discussion.
Yeah, I think
Just in
that
case,
is very good.
yeah, if there's a moment you missed or you didn't quite understand, somebody else might, get it. I think that's dope.
Well, there's a
Um,
difference in that and just like we're just playing Puyo Puyo.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's a story mode, but it's not
Yeah,
right.
because then
the
I
main
think most of the
thing.
discussion would be about technicality of like the system. Be like, I learned how to do chains, and I
Yeah,
feel like
which is
that's a
cool if
lot of
something is
to get
really deep.
into.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
and
it
Poyo 1
depends.
is just really flat, and that's like you either learn how to 4-chain or you lose. That's
Because I'm
it.
not the biggest fan. Like as a Puyo Tetris player, I fucking hope death upon all Puyo players. So I would,
Hi, it's me, the
if that
Poyo
was
player.
theory our game, I would probably play 10 minutes of it and be like, all right, I'm good. But
I
That's
love
the
demos. I am a buffet gamer where I love my little taste tests. I still have all my Dreamcast demo discs. I have my PS1 demo discs. I am all about the demos.
demos are fun.
I'm down.
like
I
I
haven't
said, with
played a
Poyo 1
demo
is
in a
just
while.
But would it be like a multiple? Like, would it be like a demo disc or just like a demo of a game?
There are
Because
some newer games that have demos that are like an hour or two.
yeah, they
We
really actually get you
think
with
about.
those now.
Yeah, Brave the Second has a demo.
be like what was it? Yakuza 6, Yakuza 4.
Or
That was on
Bravely
the
Default 2.
There
PS4
was some game
demo.
I played recently that had a demo that really hooked me, and I was like, this, but I can't remember what it was.
Shenmue
Rebirth.
1.
Rebirth has a demo.
Yeah, Rebirth demo is good.
Emerald Beyond hooked me.
Oh yeah.
Reynaudis has a demo, I think.
It knew exactly what I
Fuck
wanted out
that
of an
game.
RPG demo, which is here's a hard boss that you probably shouldn't beat. Have fun. Here's 6
Is
new
there a
mechanics,
Baldur's
by the
Sky
way.
demo?
I'll just get the GOG version.
Just give
Everyone
me the 60-hour demo real quick. I'll get a taste test of
play
it.
through the rain route. Here's 25, 30 hours.
I've never beaten Child of Light.
I didn't even play Child of Light.
Which one is that?
It's about a little princess girl
I think
that
It's
it
a
might
like
Paper
be.
has
Mario,
to.
like
No, it's the RPG. It's turn-based.
yeah,
Yeah,
Paper Mario.
Oh,
like Paper Mario.
oh yeah, Paper Mario. My bad. I don't know why my brain didn't hear Paper Mario.
Oh, I
I
did
think I
load
bought
this
this
up
on
one day,
Switch.
actually. I think I have
I
it
think I
on
bought
Wii
this on
U.
Switch.
I know that the character stars in Bloodstained, and you can play as her in a unique mode, and for some reason
Oh, Bloodstained.
Wait,
That's
does
a
it
game
thing?
I gotta load up one day.
that game fucking
You
rules.
say
I love Bloodstained.
The
Oh, I do
Switch
own Child of
version.
Light.
me too. I love
Switch version is
Bloodstained 1 and
dire though.
2.
I can't believe it.
Cum stained. As
It
Benji
really
calls
is.
it.
Just soaked in it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't know
this
if
is
the Switch version has everything. Actually, also now the PC version's broken, so get fucked everyone, I guess, for Bloodstained.
Is it
It's
really?
not.
It's the
Yeah.
PC version's broken
Uh,
too.
so as they patched it and they finished up support on it, there was a bug now where it will just randomly lock up at the shop.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
Nice.
so get fucked everyone, I guess.
Fuck. I didn't
Damn.
play
Hey,
it
this
yet.
game looks cool as shit. I love stop motion. This is like a Kablam from
Yeah.
actual make
Stinky
believe.
Diver. Can I use Stinky Diver?
Meltman with the power to melt.
I like how that was also what I thought of.
Oh, with
I
the
did a
clay
deep
text.
dive
Yeah,
of
this is
that
great.
not too long ago.
I always think that video games would be way cooler if people, instead of using like stock assets from the Unity store or whatever, make claymation or some shit, just scan your own assets into the game. So personal. It's
Well,
so
that's
creative. I
Fantasian.
love it. Yeah.
Fantasian is all
Yeah, all
every.
the
It's a diorama.
diorama
Just
is
so
beautiful. I
beautiful.
just staring at that game because it's like this is so unique. It's not like I have seen this 1,000 times. I get so bored of games that are just okay. Here's the same engine, same things that you
Yeah,
know.
that's why I'm very picky about what I play because like so many things are
Yeah.
homogenized, and then I like can't spend more than
True.
10 minutes on it because it just all
Yeah.
looks the same. It feels the same, and it's gray and
Stranger the
brown.
better. Give me more of this.
100%.
I am obsessed with RPGs, I will say. But you're right. They can kind of all be the same thing.
I feel like most RPGs are ones where they are unique, where they're always trying to
Yeah.
use. I mean,
I mean,
maybe
more specifically when graphics are all just blending together, and it's like you're just moving the same kind of Unity asset around in the same way, and like it has the same kind of momentum, same feel,
Okay, fair.
that kind of thing.
like
As far as
random.
RPG, like, yeah.
Let's say like random Ubisoft game like X,
Mhm.
and then there's like
I've never
random.
beaten Diablo 2. I've never played Diablo 1 either.
I actually didn't beat
Sorry.
Diablo 2 until like last month.
This is a good one to cross off the bucket list. Be like, oh yeah, that's ball. I just had to kill him 10,000 more times.
Well, that's
See the
only
cows.
Uber.
Yeah, once
I
you
think
see the stuff, it's like, okay, I got it.
I actually got more into it
I
because I
do.
saw people doing challenge runs where like they just go up to like Hell Bale and go, all right, that's it. GG's, we're done. I'm like, oh,
I
okay. That looks more
I got
fun.
like a level 84 trap assassin or something, and like an 80 frost sork, and I was like, okay, that's it. I've seen my fill. I got it.
Apparently, Diablo 2 Resurrected fucked up balance, and now like one of the sin specs is actually the best one in the game. I don't know how
Good
I don't know
old
how we got here. It actually happened finally.
I knew it would pay off one day. Stick with them.
Stick with me, kid. All
I
There
right.
we
actually said
go.
like a one word, but yeah. Shit, I
So,
don't know.
what
There's
should
a
we
ton of
settle on?
Yeah. Are we settling for next weekend, like next Sunday,
I would want
or?
to do. I would want to keep it weekly. So, like,
Yeah, I like the schedule.
we might have to do it like on a Monday, like
Yeah,
so
we're
we
just a
get our
little off
flow.
because we're not like the full 7 days right now. So.
Yeah, because so that's what I would do. I would maybe keep it on a Monday again if that works.
Mm. I like
Just
the
to get
Monday
the
chat. It
7.
gives us, and it gives you the weekend to play the game.
That too.
I kind of like that. If you want to keep Monday as our discussion day, I'm
You
good with
prefer
that.
Sunday for chats, Firefly? We could do that. I mean, we'll just be minus a day for
Yeah,
our run. Whatever works.
yeah.
We can do
Sunday
Honestly,
is
Sunday,
hard
but
for
we're
me.
fiddling with everything. So,
Yeah, Sunday I get out of work pretty late, like 5. So
and then
I'd be
Zero's got Raiden.
no, I just have a friend I hang out with and watch One Piece with. But we've
Mm.
been doing that for over a year now. It's hard for me to
Oh,
move
where
that at
y'all
this
at?
point. I'm on episode 650. I'm in
Oh, you in
Dressrosa.
Dressrosa? Ooh, cute. I love Dressrosa.
Saturday was good for me. It's just
we could
now
do
we gotta
Saturday
bounce it
too.
around a shorter game, I think, to refocus it.
Yeah, we definitely would have to kind of. Yeah, we could do Saturday again. We'll just be a few days short.
I do feel
Yeah,
like
it
we
probably
could
just
do
sort of
Saturday
depends
with
on the
Fancy
game.
Star.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And if
you
this has
figure.
speed up on it, I think I could definitely blast through this by Saturday.
Even if you're putting what 2, 4, 6, 8, like 2 hours a day, that's asking a lot. But if it's an RPG and you enjoy it, that's not really asking a lot. But
We could
Right.
even,
just a few hours here and there, you
I
how
didn't
can.
about we
expect to
see
get
how
sunk
far
into
we get?
Survival Kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we don't know how far we'll get sucked in either. Let's see how far we get by, I don't know, what did we say? Saturday, Sunday, ha Sunday, Friday, and happy days? What
Yeah,
weekend
Friday could
comes?
be
Tuesday,
our
Wednesday, happy day.
progress check. See where we're all at, maybe,
Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, like
and
by
then
Okay.
hour 10, you're either gonna not want to finish Fancy Star, or you're just gonna breeze
yeah, and
through
that's
it in a
another
few
thing. Like,
hours.
if you don't
Mm.
want to finish it, is no pressure too, because
Yeah,
that would
I
just
didn't finish Survival Kids. But I like looked up the rest of it, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna just know what's going on.
yeah, like, and that could lead to your discussion. Like, oh, I didn't finish it because, or
Mm.
Right.
maybe you
And
just
then
didn't
you
have
could
enough
be like,
time.
oh my God, if you had just went to talk to this person, you could have blown up the mansion or some shit. So I think that
Yeah,
sounds
oh,
cool.
you can
Mansion.
put the
Mansion.
fish in the percolator and one-shot the boss? Really?
Right.
Wait, what's that one referring to?
Oh,
Twin
just
Peaks. There's a
Oh,
fish in the percolator.
oh,
There's
I
a
never
fish in the
watched Twin Peaks.
percolator.
damn.
I never watched Twin Peaks.
Yeti watch after so weird.
I've got all season 3 queued up at least on my hard drive,
Yeah.
ready to go.
Well, I
So Will
watched
was
JJ
good.
play Deadly Premonition 2, and I barely knew one's plot, so it shouldn't be that different.
Mhm.
You
I'll
get the
jump into
gist of
season
it.
3.
Yeah, it's all vibes.
All right.
Everyone was-
So Fantasy Star for Saturday. Or we could just do
Yeah.
the Donkey Kong Land games since it's shorter and go with them, then
Should
go
we
with
do that
Fantasy
as an
Star
interim?
next.
Yeah, maybe we'll keep Fantasy Star in the pocket, rope
Like, yeah.
Vexen with some Donkey Kong, and then swap them out for the Fantasy Star.
The Donkey Kong.
Finally get the
Yeah.
respectful
Yeah.
land.
Because we could so would we want to have all three?
There's also the land, and then there's the country ports as well. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know
think
if
land is
ports are
more
different.
interesting.
I like land is its own games. Like they're very
Yeah.
unique. I don't know if countries just support.
Well, Country 2 and 3 are fairly different. Country 1 GBA, I think, is like mostly the same port. Country 1
Yeah.
Game Boy Color would be a wild experience just because of
Yeah, because that shit
the
is
compromise they
hard.
made to get that on there.
I remember
Land one
that
was a
being kind of
nightmare to see
hard.
what's going on
No,
in that
yeah, I'm
game.
thinking of
With
Land.
those
Yeah,
pigs in the clouds.
That was
yeah,
one
I'm
of my
thinking of
first
Land.
Game Boy games, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? Am I just bad at
Ooh.
games?"
Yeah.
Like, no, this game is wild.
Ooh.
Can't even tell what's foreground, what's background. It's crazy.
Yeah, so how
Is
long
that
is each Donkey
foliage?
Kong Land game, give or take? I mean, they shouldn't be hard to finish in any capacity, because you could always just save state or whatever, like just to get through them.
Like 2.5, 3 hours, assuming you don't get roadblocked at
The Mines.
any hard parts. Yeah. If you go for 100%, I'm sure it's a lot longer, but I'm not
Yeah,
doing
for
that.
sure.
Fuck that. I'm not getting all the coins in the Game Boy game. Get out of here.
Zero.
Here's-
Okay, I suggest Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator 2 for the next game. That's
Boy.
my own personal choice, but I think that's a good
Hi.
pick.
I think it's a pretty good pick as well. I remember that
I'm
one
gonna
time I played it with
play.
Saint and he got shot. I did like one combo.
I forgot his name.
I was playing Milia versus Saints May the other day, and it did like fucking 70% against me with one combo. It was disgusting.
Yeah, he knows how to play the
Dumbass
game.
anchor.
I just fucking walked in. I was like, oh, this guy
I
with
mean,
the
I know
fancy
how to
cell phone
play
looks fun.
too, but that thing hurts when you're Milia and you got no health.
Yeah,
Not
that's
fun.
true.
All right, so
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Land
Uh,
trilogy for
do we want
Saturday.
to
Hey,
do
let's
that?
check that. Hold on.
Donkey Kong.
It's up to you
Or
if
do
you
you-
want to do the trilogy or just because one
Yeah.
is like
That could be interesting to talk about, like as the evolution of the games too. If we talk about them as like a package, you don't have to beat them all. Maybe.
yeah, and
See.
I've never played 2 or 3. I played 1 a lot as a kid, so I feel like 2
Yeah.
and 3 would be really
I
interesting
might
to see.
I might like dip into the land for like my revisit, but I've played the shit out of that game when I was a
Same.
kid. But yeah, that'd be
Poor
interesting to
Saint.
check that out.
As long as everyone's okay with the 3 games, because I know that seems like a lot, but they are Game Boy Donkey Kong games.
Yeah,
You could run
these are
through
little
'em.
bite-sized guys. We gotta remember
Like
that
you
they're
could beat
little.
Super Mario
little
Land
games.
in like 15 minutes,
Yeah.
So it's just like
Oh
Donkey Kong
wow.
Land
Why
1,
is
2.5,
3 long?
3, 4 to 9.
Well, the 9's 100%. Some of these are 100%. I don't even
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
I think they would
Um,
take 2. I think they would honestly take 1 sitting each, like maybe
Yeah.
2 at the most.
if
Like
you
they're
do
all
it
I
pretty
can
person
see. I
says-
can see 2 sittings. Yeah, you get like a solid 2-hour sitting, and then you'd maybe be done in a sitting or 2.
Yeah, like for both 2 and 3, like the average any percent is like 2 to 4 hours. It's just how much you really want
Especially
to do after
like,
that.
surely our skills from country will transfer over, right? Surely these won't be nightmares to play that are just don't make sense.
it is
right?
a 2-button game though, yeah. Maybe.
I'm gonna just push that emote for ATI's question because I know what Land 1 is like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I had no problems with Land 1 as a kid. I mean, like it was tough.
If
But
you
it wasn't
adjust it,
like-
it's fine.
does-
But if you
do
go
you
to
know
accepting
if
country,
the-
it's weird.
Do you know if the Game Boy, Super Game Boy rather, adds color to these games?
I think it does.
I think there are.
I'm
Super
assuming
Game
that
Boy hacks
picture
for
that
these
Zero
games.
posted was from.
Oh no, that's
Country.
that's
Yeah.
Country GVC.
Yeah.
Let me find Super Game Boy hacks.
I
Hold
think
on.
it does though, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it had the border, at least. Like it had a special Donkey Kong Super Game Boy border.
I think Land 3 had like a Super Game Boy enhanced. I don't know about Land 2 and 1 though.
Well, we'll find out.
I remember needing like actual light to play those games, so that was a part of the difficulty for me.
Yeah. Land 1 was just nightmare on your eyeballs. Probably why I have glasses now.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Look at that.
True.
That is a unique border. Is that the actual original Super
I
Game
think
Boy
that's just
border?
I think it's just
I
a
don't
normal
think so.
Super Game Boy border. I think it's the default.
No, it never looked like that. It never had that layout.
Oh, what the fuck is this
That's
then?
yeah, that's weird. That's like an emulator wrapper.
I think it's
Yeah.
yeah, I think you're right.
It's the wrong aspect ratio. Get out of here. Widescreen
Oh,
ass.
you're sure. Hold on, let me find some legitimate shit.
Fake
I apologize.
fake
I
Game
got
Boy.
got.
If it ain't 4x3, it ain't for me. Okay,
Shit, do
that
you walk?
Land
You
2
don't
has it
run
with
in
the
these games?
No, there's running.
what's up?
You'll be.
No, I'm being
It's,
silly.
gotcha. I was like, well, I mean, you probably do walk because you can't see shit in front of you.
Hmm.
Land 2 looks pretty good on Super Game Boy. Pretty nice colors added to it. Nice banana border.
The music is one for one almost.
Wait, so Land 2 is like a port of Country 2? This looks like the first. This is Gangplank Galleon.
I think 2 and 3 were a bit more like remixed from country, but 1 was like mostly original because
Because I thought that they would have had this
Mhm.
level in the country
yeah, like the
port
first level
of that
here in
version.
the country 1 or land 1 is
They
definitely
have
like
your
something from the
nostalgia
original.
level, and then they mix it up after that.
Yeah, there's probably like an overlap, but I'm sure there's a nice like
And just
remix
seeing the
edition.
differences would be fun to run into, I think, because we all, I think, know the game like the back of our hands.
Pretty much.
It's just one of those classics where it's like embedded into you. It's been in the culture for so long that
Yeah, I
any
replay it like
changes
at
would be
least once a year, give or take.
yep.
So
I
it's
ended
fresh.
up
It's
just
always
on
there.
board.
All right, so we'll do
Always
these.
What does
Uh,
Bramble sound like?
and then well, don't spoil it. You got to get there. It's, it's the reward.
You're
Sticker
right.
Brush
I want to
Symphony.
hear Brambles.
I do
Brambles
wonder
on
if
Game Boy.
Land 2 has the secret stages. Maybe if they're not too hard to get, I might go for them. Who knows?
Shit, I've never done the super boss for Donkey Kong Country 2. I've always daydreamed about it. I watch speedrunners do it, but it looks
Those
so fucking
those
hard.
completion runs of country games made me into the man, or made me into the teenager I was.
Oh
Made me
yeah.
into
They
the
for
tough kid I
sure
was.
they did. They were tough. Even Mario World, those extra stages
Yeah,
when you beat
it
Star Road.
teaches you the preservation and shit. It was like
Tu-
really teaches you
Yeah,
to stick with
That
it.
fucking tubular stage changed me as a child.
It
you
really
Yep.
can't
fucked you
cheese
up.
with flying. You're right.
I
You're
gotta
right.
do a whole stage as a fucking P boy. That was hard,
Go piss
especially as a
Yeah,
boy.
kid.
That stage was
all
hard.
these
I like that stage.
charging chucks and punting footballs at you. No way. Can't be done. It's an impossible stage.
That's what I felt like as a kid. I
Yeah.
finally did at one point, but it took for fucking
Yeah,
ever.
then like you see like your older brother or something do it, you're like, what the fuck? So it is possible, and
He
then
didn't
that
fucking
makes
help
you
me.
want to
I did it on
grind.
my own. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, whatever the motivation was, these games really pushed us, and thank you, John Nintendo, for bringing them to us. But yeah, I think we all enjoyed us some Survivor Kids or Stranded Kids, if you prefer.
Dead
And I'm looking
children.
forward to our
It was a
next.
very good pick.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I enjoyed digging into that.
Yeah, it was nice. Nice little discussion on it.
So the next game is Mario Party Jamboree.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You
dude,
got to
we
do the
really should play
camera
that
though.
again.
You have
Are
to
we gonna
play it
play
with
that
the
again?
camera.
I played like 2
I'm
games against me,
down.
and I was never invited again.
Yo, toss me a
Right.
Joy-Con.
Parsec it.
Oh,
Alright, but yeah,
God.
Jamboree.
we'll do the Donkey Kong Land trilogy Saturday. What time? 5, 6? Does either or work?
Tentatively, let's
I think
do
on Saturday's
6
good.
and then see where we go from there, I guess.
Sounds good. I might go to 4:30 yoga on Saturday,
That
so I
sounds
might
good.
Okay.
be here at exactly at 6.
I'm gonna do a 5:30 shower on Saturday then.
All right, that sounds like a vibe.
5:55.
Yeah, I might do a 6:42 shower as
I'm
well.
gonna get my Super Game Boy out of the shower.
I take a shower every time I join JJ's stream. I'm like, wait, hold up, I
Hey, you
gotta take a
better. You gotta stay
shower.
fresh.
Yeah. No
I think it's a
stinkies.
mess every time. That was a rule. Shit. I guess it must be mod privilege.
You get it,
Good
mods.
life being a mod. Oh yeah, are we all mods here? Look at that.
Not me.
Oh, you got it stripped away. Officer Benji wouldn't allow it.
He would not stand for
No,
that.
no, Daddy says no.
What daddy
Daddy.
wants, daddy gets. Oh God, I'm disgusted saying that. Okay,
Ooh.
not
All
calling
right.
Benji that again.
I guess till next time
Yeah.
we'll charge up our crystals and discuss some Donkey Kong. We'll
Yeah, always a
land.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Well, if
Good
you want to have
stuff.
fun with Land 3, there is a
Oh,
Game Boy
yeah.
Color version in Japan only, but as a translation patch. If you want to just
Ma-
load it up on the Switch.
Yeah, we're just
May
gonna
you
load up the
stay
Switch.
prepared,
I'm just
stay
saying,
safe.
if you want to do extra work, it's there.
I think I want to survive these woods, this tropical nightmare of Donkey Kong.
Get your
I've learned my
manners.
survival skills from the previous game. We're putting them to use in this next one. We're going to the jungle.
We're going to the jungle, folks. All right. GG's all.
Our
Good stuff.
See
GG's.
you there.
See you
Have a good
then.
night, y'all.
You too.